Hey VF, how you doing? We're gonna build my freedom in the house here in just a minute. I'm doing pretty good. Gonna get a couple minutes, then we'll get the stream going. We had him for a second here, see what happens. Can you hear me, sir? Philip, are you there, buddy? Hello? We'll give it another minute here. We had him for a couple minutes. Okay. Oh, you're a perfect one? Is that who you are now? Hello? All right. You guys able to hear me okay? See if you can hear me or not. He's have to his audio. Let's see if this is working here. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, the stream is having our fun today. So I give you a few more minutes if you can get him logged in because he's a lot of fun. But you guys can hear me okay, right? So perfect can hear me.
Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hold on now. Now let me figure out how to. I think I traded one for the other. It's been
No
a while
problem,
since I've
sir.
done any kind of streaming. So you got to bear with me here. I don't even remember this the set. I'll show you my microphone here in a second. You'll understand why it's on the fritz. It's been
Yeah,
well, it's been yanked around a bit.
yeah. It's scene usage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No problem, good sir. Take your time.
We good?
Yes, sir, I can see you. Black shirt,
Yep.
hat,
All right.
the
Let me
beard.
try to
Yeah, I see
set
that.
this up.
Okay. You
There we
see
go.
me okay?
Yes, sir. I can. Sorry about all that, man. I've
That's
had
all right.
technical difficulties.
All righty. So we know about the Hoyt Webb thing. Hey, Grandma, how you doing?
I am out the loop on everything.
Okay, so basically, Hoyt Webb is from Idaho. He's a frauder.
Okay.
Moved to Seattle, Washington last June. I do a video on the homeless situation. We all know what that
Okay. Right.
means. He went out there, and the first day he went out there, he antagonized everybody like they always do. He's always doing that.
Yeah.
Uh, Came back a day or so later, rinse and repeat. This time, though, he escalated it to the point where he get back to his car, got a gun, went
A
back out
gun.
there. Yeah, side holster gun, a pistol. Yeah, so these aren't smart. So he goes,
Wait a minute. Is this? I think I might have. Can you show me a picture of just the video we're going to see, just so I can
yeah,
see? I
yeah,
think I might have seen this.
Is it Hoyt?
yeah.
That's me.
Hoyt, I'm Detective Walker.
Oh no, I've never
Police
seen this
Department.
part.
Heck yeah.
I think I might have seen. If it's
Hello.
what I'm thinking of, I might have
Do you
seen
need
the
another
actual
water or
shoot. Was it
anything?
like
No.
3-4 years
Yeah.
ago?
No, this was in June last
Oh,
year.
good. Okay, yeah, I don't know nothing about this.
Yeah, so he goes to his car, gets a gun, comes back, and basically antagonizes them more. And like the phrase of throwing fuel on a fire, well, for him, it was throwing nitroglycerin onto a bonfire. And he panics and he shot a homeless man out of the grounds of self defense. And now we're seeing the arrested and taken to the station for his first interview. This is what these videos are about. He's having his
And he's a
first
First Amendment frauditor.
fraud. Yeah, he's a frauder. He's an idiot. All right, so this is his interview part.
All right.
All right, so he's been arrested, guns was confiscated, he's been arrested, he's now doing his first initial interview, trying to figure out what happened. All right. He got 39 months for the shooting.
That seems like he got off pretty easy.
Yes, they got him with the, I think it was reckless endangerment or discharging of a firearm and reckless endangerment. He took a plea deal, which they all do.
What about the victim? What happened to the Vic?
He got lucky. He got shot. He lost a kidney and some of his small intestine. It got scary for a while because he flatlined, had to resuscitate him, but he never bring him back. But he said that if it
36
happens
months.
again, yeah, but if it happened again, they would not be able to save him. So he got very lucky, and he's alive today. Hopefully with his family. But yeah, he got very, very lucky because this could have been an involuntary manslaughter charge as well if the guy had died, if
What
not
state
worse.
this happening?
It's out in Seattle, Washington.
Oh, well,
He's
there
from
you go.
Idaho. He's from Idaho. So he went all the way to Seattle to do a video, and that's what happened.
That explains the leniency also.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what happened. Okay, so you all good?
Yep, ready to go.
All right, we're gonna do the interview. So here we go.
Okay. Okay. Sorry to keep you waiting for so long.
Oh no, I'm not the only person in the world. You
Yeah.
guys got other stuff to do.
Yeah. Thank you for understanding. I appreciate it. So obviously we're down here due to the shooting.
Right.
You're.
And they told me that somebody said that the one lady's back window of her car. I never shot in her direction or nothing. And that,
So-
I don't know how the
Yeah,
heck
off the
that
bat.
happened.
Okay.
Because they said one of the cops said that the back of her car was from a bullet or something. But
If you want me to stop it all so you can clarify some things, feel free to do so. I want to.
So he admits right off the bat that he does the shooting. He's not trying to dispute it.
Yeah, they got him dead to rights on the shooting easily.
At all. Okay.
And I haven't been down there yet. I've just been
Oh, hell yeah.
here, so I want to ask you all about that and kind of what went down. But you're obviously in handcuffs, so I have to read your rights before we
Right
get
on.
there. Sound
Nice.
good?
Sure.
Okay. So today is Friday, June 7th, 2024. The time is 22:12 hours. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to an attorney at this time and before answering any questions. You have the right to have your attorney present during the questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you without cost before any questioning if you so desire. Do you understand these rights?
Yes, I do.
Sure. And with these rights in mind, do you want to answer my questions?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have nothing to hide.
Well, that's a first for a
That's a mistake number one.
Okay. I'm just going to have you sign down here saying that I read you your rights.
Even if you was completely innocent, you don't waive your rights to your...
Yeah, put a location.
Yeah, you get your
I can
lawyer.
fill that out for
The
you.
one thing you should say, can I talk to my lawyer first, please?
Okay, and let me just go through and get some of your basic information. Make sure I have it all
Hold on
correct.
1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so it's Hoyt, and can you spell it for me?
Hoyt.
Okay, middle initial for you.
Walter. W.
Okay, and your last name.
Is Webb. Webb.
Okay, what's your birthday?
December 10th of 1987.
Good phone number for you.
It's area code.
Yeah, I'm not surprised they redacted it for safety.
And what's the 502 area code?
It's Louisville, Kentucky. I used to live there.
Okay. What brought you up to, well, actually, are you in Idaho or?
Yeah, Idaho.
Okay, what's a good address for you?
2397 South Searchlight Lane.
Is Searchlight one word?
Yeah, Searchlight like a spotlight. Searchlight.
Searchlight Lane?
Yeah, yes.
And is that Coeur d'Alene, Hayden? What is that?
That's in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Okay.
83814.
3814. Okay, perfect. So you're from Kentucky originally?
No.
Where are you from
No,
originally?
I was just there working.
What kind of work do you do?
I was doing security during the Breonna Taylor riots.
Sure.
Okay.
So, just pretty much keeping people safe at the stores because police wouldn't even respond because they were
Please.
busy with the riots and whatnot. So
This is where he gets his false sense of I'm doing the right thing.
Private security like me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How long were you down there for that?
I was there about 2.5 years total.
Okay. And then did you come up to Idaho after that?
Not directly.
Where'd you come from before that?
I mean, what year?
Oh, I don't know. How long you been in Idaho?
He wants her to inquire about
I'd have to
him
look
so
at my
he can
thing, to be honest
answer.
with you.
Bounce around quite a bit.
No, I wouldn't say bounce around. I traveled
There's
for
another-
some.
Yeah.
Okay. Just doing the
She's
security
knows
stuff?
what she's doing. This guy's
I
the idiot.
drove
Yeah, she's
semi
gonna
before
walk
that,
him right into it. Right now, he's living inside his own ego.
and done welding.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing.
Okay.
And like the welding stuff, you kind of go where the jobs are, and the same thing with the CDL.
So you're explaining to her a whole bunch of stuff she don't care nothing for.
Stuff
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's trying to sucker him in, and she's going to do it pretty well.
Around
He's
quite a
like,
bit.
listen to my life.
Yeah, I
Doing a
got
lot
used
of
to traveling
traveling.
in
Be
the
interested
army,
in
so I
it.
just
So he was in the army
they had
too.
jobs like that. So I was like, yeah, I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I got hired on that CDL, that was actually out of Post Falls, but it was like a Utah company, and they needed somebody to go to
guessing he got
Pennsylvania,
discharged?
and I was like, sure.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not a
And
good one.
then, so I went back there, and that job was they kind of had me over. That's when I actually went to Oklahoma. Was with that job there.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been to Kentucky, Idaho, Oklahoma, Utah, Pennsylvania. So he's all over the place. This guy's a mess.
He's a wanderer.
Yeah, it probably means he's probably been unemployed for God knows how many years. Probably doesn't do a very good job.
No, this doesn't go for everybody, but traditionally, a wanderer, and like I said, not all, but most of them, it's like I got to run to keep from hiding. That's a true statement. They got to keep on moving so that they're not living the wanted life of paranoia.
Yeah, but yeah, this guy, he's all over the place. I can't remember where he's been half the time.
Man, you have been all over the place.
You covered some ground.
Dang.
Heck yeah.
Where haven't you been? Maybe that's easier to
Everywhere I
ask.
wanted.
Quite a few places.
Yeah. Nice. Do you like the Midwest or the East Coast or South better? Where do you like?
I don't know. Midwest is kind of cool, but every place has got its own, depending on what time of the year or whatnot, it's got its own stuff to
That's a
offer.
weird thing to say.
True. Yeah, like the South, you got like tornadoes.
She's slowly
right
starting
now.
to take control of the
Right.
I'm not about
conversation
that.
now.
No. I lived in Oklahoma for a couple of years, and they got a lot of tornadoes there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Right.
That's wild. How long were you in the Army for?
I was in it for a total of 8 years.
Okay. What did you do in the Army?
I was in the infantry.
Okay. Very good. So how long have you been out?
About 10 years.
Okay. So in 8, out 10?
Oh, yeah. In 8 years, out 10.
Okay.
Well, I got a medical discharge type deal and whatnot.
There
Okay.
we go.
So that's why I didn't continue with that.
Still
Okay.
impressive. You made it 8 years.
Where did the Army take
Yeah.
you?
And what do you mean?
Where'd you get stationed?
Oh, I was stationed in Schweinfurt, Germany, and then they actually shut that barracks down, and then I moved to Grafenwehr, Germany after that,
Oh,
which is
wow.
about 2.5, 3 hours away.
So you spent all of your time in Germany, pretty much?
No, just when I wasn't deployed.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, it was neat.
So much history over there. That's
Heck
awesome.
yeah.
That's really cool. So what are you doing
That was a good
currently?
try for her, though.
Are you working security? Are you like what's got you busy right now?
Kind of
I
the door.
got
You wanna
a
elaborate on
100%
some of
from
that?
the VA
Okay.
disability,
Okay.
and then that's what I do right now. And then I'm trying to grow a news channel and whatnot.
Oh boy.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Tell me about your news channel.
What about it?
You say you're trying to grow one. I don't know what
Oh
all
yeah,
that
no,
entails.
just whenever I travel, I film in different places and bring people a view of the
Harassing different
world that they're not in.
Mhm.
Like right now, I have people in Canada, New Zealand, England, just all over, and I just give them a glimpse of America.
And you know what's crazy and
nothing
sad? He probably
specific.
looked at his analytics and saw 1 or 2 people from different continents that are
Yeah.
speaking. And now there goes his explanation. Like, oh no, I'm known all over the world. Good night.
I got a guy from China, but you don't see him bragging about a guy in China. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
if you look at my analytics, there's people from all over the world watching. Hey, I mean, come on,
Yeah.
we're in everybody's pocket across the damn globe.
yeah, his ego is really getting big in there.
Yeah, but some people, man, they
You know,
can take a
everyday
little
glimpse
bit and
of
run with it.
America.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you do you work for a news station, or are you just like kind of creating your own thing?
CFA or CFAPA is where I got my credentials at.
Well, you have to get credentials for it.
No, you don't have to.
Oh.
Just I didn't just want to look like somebody with a camera.
Oh.
That's what
But
you
the freedom
Yeah.
of the press is protected under the First Amendment.
Mm.
You don't need credentials or
It's
nothing
not
for
worth
it.
it.
But,
Okay.
that's who I got mine through, just to print off, like, it's got my name and everything on it and all that shit.
So what do the credentials do for you? Does that
Well,
give you
it makes
access to anything? Does it? What does it do?
No, just
Any
it's part of
training?
what news reporters have credentials and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know if there was any kind of training that gets
Gained your
that you go
next
through or anything like that. that goes along with
No,
it.
anybody is able to disseminate information, whatever they see,
Mm-hmm.
as long as they're in a legal, lawful, area in the proper time, place, and manner.
Mm-hmm.
It's anybody could be press.
manner. That's a
It's,
key
uh,
word there.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
Intent
Use that
too.
word, but time, place, and
Hey, you trying to
That's actually
service the
the way of
community
saying
or just line your
things aren't
pockets?
normal,
Heck
or things that
yeah.
are.
Yeah, but they're in this place at this time, and the manner is to harass
I
and
guess
bother
this phrase that
somebody.
you use
Yeah.
in all of your reports.
Right.
I'm gonna
That's
steal
one
it.
of
Yeah,
them.
I'm gonna
they
steal
want
that one, but
video.
I've never used that one.
Heck yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay. So you're from Idaho. Right
Well,
now
I was
you're
born in California.
born in
No,
California.
I think
I
Okay.
lived quite a bit
California.
in Idaho. I didn't know if I misled you.
He is
Oh,
overly
okay.
interested in his
Yeah,
own.
it sounds like it.
Yeah, my
I
parents
know.
didn't like the way California was going in the late 80s, so they moved up here.
Where do they live?
This is a very
In Idaho
lonely
as
Yeah.
well.
man.
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Idaho's beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice up
Very
there.
beautiful. Are they in North Idaho as well? Over in Coeur d'Alene?
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. All right. So born in California, but you're currently in Idaho.
Yes, ma'am.
You're currently on 100% disability from the VA.
Yeah.
So in free time, you're working with the
so
news
that's
channel
how he's
stuff.
able
Right.
Is that right? Any
Yeah,
other
he's
kind of
using
work
the
that you're doing
system.
right now?
Got
No.
something to fund him.
No, I
Yeah.
usually if people ask like, well, what have you done or what have you, and they find out you're getting a VA check, it's kind of hard to find a job, even
No,
a
it's
part-time
not.
thing. But
Some of the guys I
Hard
work with
for them
are
to hire you?
full time and
I
they get
think
VA
so,
checks
'cause
too.
it seems, I don't know, it
I
just
can't
seems like
speak
it's an
for that.
awful lot
Honestly,
of
don't know
jobs that
much
I
about
apply
it.
for, and then that's like one of the last things they ask me. Like, come on, it's
But nothing prevents you from working, right? I mean, like you could, right?
No, I could work.
You just gotta find one.
Yeah.
I got you.
Oh, please.
Okay.
Doesn't sound
All
like
right,
he's
so-
too motivated for that.
I guess
Oh, we
let's
got a
talk
good
about what
gig
brought
going.
you over to Spokane today.
Oh, I was just in the area. I was down at Rockford earlier,
Mhm.
and then just giving a glimpse of the news down there, and then just came up here, and
Hold on.
I was looking for because they say that Spokane, especially since when I was in the early 2000s, that Spokane has like really changed a lot. So
Mhm.
I just wanted to come over and get a glimpse of Spokane, and I just planned on walking around the block, getting back in my vehicle, and then taking off.
Mm-hmm.
One of my viewers had mentioned that that area. They're like, "Yeah, you should go get some video of that. Show people what it looks like compared to back then."
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
And you
no, I
said-
had no nefarious plans. I'm not out trying to bother nobody. Yeah, no, I don't go out looking for trouble or harassing nobody or nothing.
So be careful, BF. His nose may penetrate the screen and stab you. He
Yeah.
without yes, yeah.
He says he's not interested in going out and harassing nobody. That is the sole damn reason why you left to go out and do anything is
Yeah.
to go bother. You saw people and you said, "Hey, how can I go annoy the hell out of them?"
Yeah, contact for my video.
And I was on a public sidewalk the whole time.
Okay.
But when I come
Oh,
around
he's
the,
definitely in trouble.
I assume you
Yeah.
want me to keep going.
Yeah,
When
you
I
can
come
tell me.
around the, there's like that 7-Eleven there, and I was walking around. There's like a bunch of people doing, I don't know what kind of drugs they're doing, but they're all there. People on the other side of the road, and they're like, "Get out here with that camera." And I identified myself. I said, "I'm a member of the press. Like this is not.
They don't care.
You can't tell somebody a member of the press to just like kick rocks."
Mm-hmm.
And then the one guy with his shirt off is like, "Yeah, we should just take his gun and beat him up." And this other guy's like, "Oh, we should kill him." And then so they started
I
saying
don't
stuff like
believe
that.
that.
So I
You
started
No,
guys need
that
a
never
video to
happened.
prove
going
any
down
of
the
that.
road that it all
I've
happened
seen
on.
it now.
And back because my vehicle was like right there around the corner. I was trying to get to my vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
and then they start freaking coming after me. They start throwing rocks and a wrench. And just started
think
clogging
I
me
never
with
saw
stuff,
this
saying they're gonna take
video.
my gun. Some of the people saying they're gonna kill me, and then but I was just trying to get back to my vehicle.
I think I might have
And
even
then
covered it.
the one guy actually lunged.
okay.
He actually lunged. I didn't want you to think I was lunging at
No,
you.
you're fine. That's okay.
That's reasonable.
Right.
Okay, so, and I'm just going to ask clarifying questions as we go so I can fill in some gaps here. So, can you describe kind of where your car was parked at?
I don't know the name of the road.
Okay.
It's in my live stream because I said it right after I said I was live in Spokane and give like the cross street.
So is it behind the 7-Eleven?
Oh, heck yeah.
What kind of car are you driving?
Well, I hope they got the dog. Or, they didn't tell you? Because Scraps
There's a lot
was
of
supposed to
details
whenever
that
I got my service dogs out of there.
Okay.
Uh,
What kind of car?
it's a 2013 GMC Terrain,
Okay.
a black one.
Okay. Perfect. Black. Okay. So you go down, you park kind of behind the 7-Eleven, and then you get out
Where there
and
was-
you're
Yeah, where you
filming.
could park where you didn't have to pay or nothing.
Okay.
It was like in a... but it was like right there by the 7-Eleven, and
Is the
I
shooting
went
on this
live on
video?
my camera.
No,
Going
if we
on
put
my
that on
camera
there,
on my
they
channel,
will
and then,
block the thing.
Just going to do a
So
loop
I
around
believe
the
I
block
have it
and
on
come
my
get back to
channel
vehicle, 'cause
somewhere.
if you walk around the
I do not know
7-Eleven,
the
I
title,
mean,
but I'm
right
pretty
back to
sure
my
it's
vehicle.
on my channel.
Okay.
I had it and I edited it within an inch of its life,
Okay.
and
so you
they
start
still
going
took it down.
So you
Just
start your
remember, the
circle,
key thing is to take
and anything
gunshots down when it goes
great
off.
happened before
Yeah.
getting to
Off
that
the screaming and yelling in pain.
guy with the
Yeah.
without a shirt on.
Just
Anything
mute.
else, or was everything going
Okay.
good?
Well,
Yes.
when I was in front of the
I'll try that
7-Eleven,
again when I
some
get
guy
a
got out.
chance.
It looked like a machete or something. You can see it in the live stream.
Okay.
But he looked like he got out with a machete or something long.
Never saw it.
And
I didn't
some
see
guy
that
with a
neither.
red hat like threw his hat
In
on
fact,
the
I saw
ground and
somebody
saying, "I don't bang, I don't bang," and like he looked like an Indian, Native American.
Yeah, I think he had a
But
hat
threw his
on.
hat on the ground and ran off with the skateboard. And then this other guy that was in 7-Eleven was like, "What are you recording people for?" I was like, "Well, I'm live streaming. This is news. Like this is happening. Like
Mhm.
guy hop out of his vehicle with a machete. People want to see that, you know? Like that's
Mhm.
because I didn't think stuff like that happened in freaking Spokane, but."
You've got to.
Yeah, and then so that guy was like, "What are you filming for?" But then he got back in his car and whatnot,
Mhm.
and then that's when I continued around. But that's the only thing that happened, and that's you can see that in the live stream. That
Okay.
I think they were waiting on an Uber because him and this other girl got in this vehicle and it had Texas tags, so unless they
It
know
wouldn't be
somebody
an
from
Uber.
Texas up there. But it looked like it was like an Uber or something.
Okay.
But then he went over and told the guy that had just got out of the vehicle and was like pointing at me like, "Hey,
I've
that
never
guy's got
ordered
you."
an Uber, and I've never.
But then that guy came over and was like, did some
No-
hand signals
no
and said he's from
drive-through.
Yakima, and then drove off.
Okay. All right. So then you continue around, and at that point, can you describe kind of where you're walking? So
I mean, whatever those roads are, because there's like, you can go around the 7-Eleven and come right back to where I parked at.
okay. So after you're done, kind of interacting with the people with the Texas plates, and then you said that you start continuing around. Where is that?
I don't know the
Are you
street
going
names.
up a hill, down a hill? Are you in, right in front of the 7-Eleven? Are you?
Yeah, pretty much
Okay.
like in front of the 7-Eleven.
Okay. All right, and then
I think Division might be the name of the road, whatever the main one is.
that main
right there.
one is Division. Mhm.
Yeah, and then when I got down there to the like the little edge, there's like you can see there on the sidewalk. There's like you can tell people have been like everything's pushed out. But then that's when the people started threatening me. And then when I went to get back, go down, that's when they started throwing rocks and chasing me. Said they're going to kill me and take my gun.
Yes,
and
I
whatnot.
did see this video.
Okay.
Okay.
It's on my channel somewhere. Yeah, he didn't.
All right.
I don't
He,
know.
was,
what the
he,
name of
did,
that
he
road
was
is.
not in fear for
Okay.
his life. He had no
No.
reason to pull out no damn gun. There was nothing in that vicinity that said his life was in immediate danger
No.
by any
No.
damn means.
Yeah, no, he could have walked away and left anytime he wanted, and he didn't.
Absolutely. He basically antagonized the whole damn thing.
Yeah, he went back to his car,
Yep.
and he could have left right then and there, but he went in there, he got a gun,
Yep.
and came back out to escalate it.
Yep.
So he knew what he was doing.
So you get down to that corner, and there's several people there.
Oh heck
Right?
yeah! Oh yeah! No, there's like there's a bunch, at least half a dozen on the one side, and the other side I'd say about 12, 13 people.
Okay.
And the guy on the other side actually had a gun. He kept pulling in his thing and pulling the gun out.
I never
And
saw
that
it.
was the black guy. He had a hood on. He had everything was hooded
This is
up.
the fantasy.
And he had like some bag, but I've never seen his face or nothing.
Yeah.
But he's the one originally
Yeah.
was like working the crowd up, and then all the rest of the people. That's when they started attacking me after he said something. But he's on the other side of the road, and he took off like before even the cops showed up or anything. But he had like a I don't know if it's like a ski mask or what, but his face is never shown. But he's the one who kept reaching in for like a gun and whatnot.
Did you see a gun?
Oh hell
Or did
yeah!
you see him?
Hell yeah! He had like one of those little things, like a man purse or whatever the guys throw around their thing. Yeah, no, he kept like pulling it out. Yeah, no, I seen it. Like, and he was saying that he was gonna kill me. Like he was across the road, and then that's when
Yeah,
all those other
there's
people that were
BS.
doing drugs there on the corner of the 7-Eleven. That's when they hopped up and started chasing me, throwing rocks. I mean, one of the rocks that hit me in the face. I mean, it was about the size of my hand. Like if it was thrown with any more force, I
He
mean,
was trying to make it.
no telling what would have happened.
You trying to make him sound like he's a victim.
And it's a black male. He had a hood and a mask on, and he was across the street. He's the one presenting the gun kind of out of this man purse or
Oh, heck
satchel
yeah.
thing.
Whatever the
And
thing
he's
is,
just
look
kind
around.
of working up the crowd over there.
Right.
Is that right?
Oh
Okay.
hell yeah!
Did he ever come across the street at all?
Like when it was all going down, he was like starting to come across the street, and then like everybody around him would start going like he didn't come across the street, but he was definitely controlling the crowd.
Okay.
And then I had rocks coming. I mean, good sized rocks coming from every direction.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's cameras down there. You can see what all happened. I'm sure you guys already looked at it.
I
Well, they
haven't
did.
gotten to see cameras down there
Yeah,
yet.
it's nuts. I mean, it's all.
Okay. Okay. So.
And then the guy the black guy that was actually seeing his face, he was standing there giving like talking to the cops right when they showed up. He had like a white shirt on.
Mhm.
Okay, now that guy was throwing rocks at me as well. And then I pointed out the other guy who was standing there telling cops, like pointing at me and whatnot. He had like a green backpack on, looked like Middle Eastern or something. That dude was like, I mean, he was throwing like the biggest rocks.
Back there.
And I mean, they're like right there, saying they're gonna kill me and whatnot.
You can tell just by the way he's describing everything. He's trying to build his defense right
And
here.
was the green backpack
Yeah.
guy talking to the cops?
You can tell. it's fixed.
After I pointed him out,
Oh yeah, you know it's fake.
the gentleman who brought me over here, I don't remember the officer's name, but he, I was like, hey, that guy right there in the right. Anyway, he hopped out, told the one officer, was like, hey, get his.
Cool.
I'm assuming he told him to get his info, but yeah, no, this guy was like walking across almost in an alleyway, and then they.
That's just what I want to make sure is that we contacted that dude.
Oh heck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because at first he was like walking off, pointing him out. I'm like, that's the guy that's throwing rocks at me, like one of the original instigators. But the black guy with the white shirt on that was talking to the cops, yeah, no, he was like there at times. I mean, he was like right there picking up rocks and whatnot and throwing them at me. And I'm just like, dude, like, I'm sure you're not telling the cops that. But I mean, there's so many security cameras down there. I mean, it's got to have him on there with, you know.
Okay.
Trying to
Okay,
justify
so
the
at that
shooting.
corner, people
Yeah.
start. Are they asking you about what you're doing or filming, or are they just?
Oh, at that
immediately
point, no.
kinda-
These people, like, I'm walking by before they even said anything to me. I hear, and my back's turned at this point. Hey, let's take his gun and beat him up. And then the guy's like, yeah, let's kill him. Like, that was the first thing. They didn't say nothing. That's the first thing that I heard.
Okay.
And then that's when I started walking back to my vehicle because I was like, well, crap, this is not good.
I'm
So
not
I
going to
was trying to get
justify
back
what
my
they're
vehicle
doing,
and
but
then,
going
you know,
down
take
there and
off and
stirring
whatnot.
it up and then getting something out of it. I mean, who the hell are you trying to blame here?
And then when everything went down, the crowd, they started like blocking off that way, so I actually couldn't get to my vehicle, and that's when I got out into like the main road. Was like, you know, at that point it must have been at least 18, 19 people
Obviously, you're
hurling
not
rocks,
scared.
saying they're gonna kill me and
18
whatnot.
People.
Yeah. Just
The crowd's blocking your way to get to your car.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay.
and
You
you
know,
just
honestly,
run it
I-
back to it later.
sorry,
That's why I carry a lot
You
of
don't have to
ammunition,
apologize to
brother.
me about
'cause
it.
you never
Okay.
know what
Okay.
you're going to come up against and when
Yeah.
it's going to happen. You just never do know.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. He went down there and
Okay,
stirred the
so
crowd up, videotaping
the crowd's
them
blocking
being
you, you're
attacked
getting
by-
Oh
rocks
yeah,
thrown
I did
at you.
for
What
2 days. You
happened?
get that.
I don't know. Everything else after that's kind of a blur. But I mean, I had the people chasing me down the road saying they're going to take my gun, and they're not stopping whatsoever. Like, they just kept coming at me as they're hurling rocks.
Okay. Do you remember any parts about what happened? As
Not
as
that
you're-
involves in my
But,
incrimination.
no,
Yeah.
I mean, it just all happened so fast.
Okay. Do you remember firing your weapon?
Briefly, but I mean, I don't know. It just all happened.
He
In
is
the blink of an
definitely
eye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you tell me
His or his
what you
defense
do
starts to
remember
fall
about,
apart.
firing your gun?
Hell, it's already
Yeah, I felt
falling
like I
apart
was
in
going
my
to
eyes.
die. Like they were going to kill
Yeah.
me.
Okay.
And I've been in combat in Iraq, in Baghdad, and the Diyala province. Like I'm not. I know if somebody's, you know, if it's a threat. Like I mean that. I genuinely thought that they were going to kill me.
Okay.
You have to make
So-
sure he says that over and over.
What's the last thing you remember right before firing your gun?
I was telling people to leave me alone, get away from me. And this one guy, the black guy with the white shirt, I told him to drop a rock, and he actually dropped the rock and started walking away. But then that's when the guy with like the green backpack, and there's a couple of shirtless guys, and then the guy who tried to take my gun from me. That's when they all like. But the black guy actually, he put down his last rock. But,
Blind guy?
That's about. I was like, put your rock down, and he started walking away. But then at that point, I got guys coming from multiple directions.
This is old.
You know,
Oh yeah.
and those guys are still threatening my life as well.
Oh, there was people throwing stuff at him, that is for sure. But that was after
Yeah.
he done pissed
When
everybody
you say
off.
threatening your life, or is it based on them coming at you,
No,
or that
they
what
said
they're
they
saying?
said they were going to take my gun and kill me when they were at the corner.
I don't
there.
recall
Okay.
nobody saying
I mean that's.
No.
And then you have guys running at you, like you know, trying to grab for your gun. I mean that's.
Wow, we're
Yeah.
really reaching as we go here, aren't
Yeah.
we?
And who was trying to reach for your gun? Can you describe who
Boy,
that was?
sober, it's going to be a Michael Bay scene.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I can't really describe his face at all.
Of course not.
Can you describe anything he was wearing? Anything like that?
No, I mean, this all happened like in a blur. Like I had multiple people coming at me.
I had a man
Like that was
try to
just
attack
that was
me
just
with
the
a
closest
knife
person
in
that was to me that was like saying,
2007,
"Hey, let's
and
get
I
a
can tell
gun."
you
Like
to this day
they said they're
exactly
going
what
to get my
he
gun
looked
at the
like.
corner,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but
Do you know who was saying that at the corner?
No,
so we
I
can
don't.
try to identify him.
no.
Okay.
I mean, I got it on live stream. You could probably backtrack that or something, and
Mhm. Okay.
but no, there's people talking across the road. There's people talking there, then there, and then the rocks once they started flying. I mean, there's people across the road were throwing rocks. I'm not
We're
sure. There might
asking
have been
you,
some bricks
the
too.
person.
Yeah, you were there.
You're the culprit.
So when you fire your weapon, do you remember how many times you fired it?
Well, one was a warning shot,
Okay.
so I think 2 times.
Okay. And
Brian told the
tell me about
truth.
your warning shot. Was that up in the air?
No,
Where
at the
did that
ground.
go? Okay.
He shot at the ground. That is stupid. That is stupid.
Yeah, that's the first
Anybody
part of
with a
it.
brain knows you don't shoot at the ground.
No.
All you're
Yeah.
going to do is just raise up a part of the street or something else. And not only that, but depending on what type of round you're using, if it's a non-fragile round, it's going to ricochet up too.
Yeah. Do you remember Fuzzy Potato?
Oh, yeah.
Remember what happened to her in New York?
Oh,
When she
yeah.
got that ricochet?
guy was guarding the Jewish
Yeah, she was
thing.
taking a picture of
Yeah.
all the kids,
Yep.
and the security guard, and everybody back there. He's doing his job.
Yep.
He was protecting the kids.
And
and
he tried
everything.
to shoot the ground too, didn't he?
Yeah, he hit dirt and it hit dirt and it ricocheted into her and scratched her.
Yeah.
It was just a big scratch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
He
yeah.
didn't get shot directly. He got shot from some just like we're describing here. He a shot that went to the ground and then concrete come up and then hit him in his leg or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For this guy, the first shot ricocheted and it smashed the lady's car window. That's what the first bullet did. The second one was one that shot the homeless guy.
Hmm.
But already you can tell his story's falling apart because as soon as they found out that he
he-
live streamed it, they were on his channel, getting all his information, downloading and going through it right now.
Yeah. You don't even have to be a good detective to know that he's just blowing smoke.
Yeah. All right, we're going to go to part 2 here.
Because that's what we were taught in Iraq, that you go, give a warning shot first. But I mean, after they'd already made their intention, they were going to take my gun away from me, and after a warning shot, that's when the guy like really, they were
There's
like, they
nowhere
were going to take
in
my gun and kill me.
civilized
You
society.
guys are going to
that
show up, and
does-
my head's going to be
you are
bashed
allowed
in
to
like the
fire
guy
a
in the
warning
freaking
shot.
LA riots.
Only
No.
Joe Biden said that, and then he was quickly denounced by the NRA.
Because they
and
don't report it
everybody
on
else.
the news, but they're in
We do
Louisville,
not give
Kentucky.
no
They're
warning
pulling
shot.
white people out of their cars. They're pulling people out that's not drug addicted and just beating them to death. And it's not covered in the news. Like that does happen,
Warning
and
shot
that's
will
what was
put you
going to
in
happen
prison.
if I hadn't defended myself.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying you shot 2 times. So what was the second shot? After your warning shot in the ground, right?
Right.
And then you had a second round. What was that one?
I tried to aim like low into the side where I wouldn't. I mean, it might sound weird, but I don't want to hurt the person. I just want them to stop and not take my gun and
Yeah.
kill me or whatnot. So,
Nope.
You're lying.
Yep. Don't really remember much, but I wasn't trying to like.
You're not helping yourself
shoot
by
in the
wording
head
it
or
like
nothing,
that,
or a
neither.
kill shot or nothing.
No.
Mm-hmm.
If you
I was
open
trying to
fire, you
neutralize the
deliberately
threat.
have to
Yeah.
know that you
Do you
intentionally
remember
did this and where it was
Aiming
going.
at any particular
Yeah.
part, or, I mean,
Well, we don't really aim in the infantry. It's
You
more
don't
like
really
reflex
aim in the
firing.
Okay.
But no, I wasn't like aiming to like kill him or nothing. Or
Get the water
Okay.
ready, pluck
So
the
when,
feathers, he's done.
when
Yeah.
you're getting trained in the Army, what's your main target zone that you're getting trained to hit?
Chest.
Well, it depends.
Everybody's
there's various
talking about
training
that.
in
Doesn't
the
matter what
military.
branch or what it is.
Okay.
And center mass.
So you're not sure where you were aiming?
Law enforcement, armed
Yeah, I
forces,
didn't say that. I just said I
security,
wasn't paying attention where I was aiming.
Okay.
I mean, I was. It was just all like reflex and training took over.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean, yeah,
He's not helping
I
himself
wasn't
at
just
all.
firing
No.
indiscriminately at people or nothing.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to figure out.
No,
is,
heck no.
So, if
Excuse me.
if you were,
Hey, pause it
kinda
for a
in
second.
control of your shots.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
This is a big freaking deal here, okay? The reason
Yeah.
why she's asking these very descriptive questions is because in the court of law, and I don't speak for no other state, I'll speak from the state of Ohio. In the state of Ohio, when you pull out your gun in a self-defense stance, number one, if you pull out your gun and it's not down ready and you point it at someone and it's not a deadly encounter, you're already being charged, okay? So you've already made a huge mistake. As soon as you pull that gun out, you had better know that it's time to go to work. Number two, pulling and saying, oh, I tried to aim over here. I really didn't know, or my training tells me not to aim. These are all things that's going to put you in prison. These are not statements that you make when you're talking to an investigator about the rest of your damn life.
Yeah.
You know, oh, I pulled it out. I didn't really know where it was going, but I still
Oh my
pulled the
God, yeah.
trigger. Guess what? Now you going 5 to 10.
I'll tell you what, when you pull that trigger, you're committed.
Yeah.
There's no reset, no magical restarting,
Nope.
nothing. And where that bullet goes, you're responsible
That's it.
for.
Game over. You done booked your flight. It's ain't no turning back.
And if he had actually gotten a lawyer as before he did any of this, we would have told him to shut up.
That's what my lawyer take. First thing lawyer take, don't say anything.
Exactly.
You give them your name, your social security number, date of birth, and address, and the rest you leave up to me.
Yeah. So, and aiming a gun and trying to hit a specific part of a body is extremely difficult. Right?
Yeah, you telling me.
I mean, like every aim center on math, it's the largest part of your body. But you have hitting somebody. Unless you're a perfect marksman, which he clearly is not. Shoot somebody like in the leg or in the arm like that is very difficult. You have to be like a sniper level marksman for that.
Well, I tell you, there's only one gun, and we'd have to be in a reasonable difference. I got a 357 Smith & Wesson model 357 or 359. It slips. Anyway, it's a 357 Magnum, and as long as I cock it back, and then I'm pretty good. If I don't have the hammer back and I squeeze for the full double action, it ain't gonna work. I don't care. No.
Yeah, if you're just gonna shoot from the hip, you're not gonna have accuracy.
Yeah.
So yeah, he is so full of BS right now. Yeah.
Or not. And so that's what I'm getting at. I don't want to put words in your mouth though,
Right.
as to what was going through your mind and what your
Oh
focus
no, I had
was on
somebody
in those
coming
moments.
after me. I mean, a whole crowd of people throwing rocks at me, saying they're going to kill me, saying they're going to take my gun, and just my training took over.
You keep saying that, but your training taught you.
But I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't shoot like into the crowd like wildly and whatnot.
Violently.
And one cop there
I
said
just
something
don't
about
aim.
this lady's back window got hit with something, but that's. I don't see how that could have been me.
I don't see many attorneys
because
want
there's
to get
no
after this
like
law.
because she's out there on the road and down at the ground. I mean, that's not like I don't understand how something went all
first
the
shot
way
that
over
went
there
at the
and
windshield.
broke.
It ricocheted.
Because that's what they were doing to people in Louisville is they're breaking their windows as they're trying to get by because they were blocking off the road as well. All the hooligans.
Yeah, you don't want to stand
But
in front of my
that's what I
truck
thought
when
at
I'm
first
trying to
was
leave.
somebody
I'll tell you
wanted
that
to
right
That's all
now.
done.
because I still
Nope.
don't see how anything
I'm
for
not
me
stopping.
could have.
Oh no! When
Broke her back
when you hear
window.
that engine coming, you get the heck out of the
Makes no
way.
sense.
Yeah, especially my family's in the
And if you
truck,
look
I
at
don't
the
care.
camera from
I'll
where
put
I
my
was
family above whoever's
and
standing
whatnot,
in
like-
the road.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
still
my
don't
totally.
understand how they're saying that.
I completely understand that
was
one.
me that did her back window.
Yeah, I don't know where the car was at in reference to you, so I'll have to look at that later and take a look. Okay, so then what happened after the second shot goes off?
Like I said, it all happened so fast. I mean, next thing I remember, I was in the cop car, and then the guy pulled me out for some pictures. Noticed I was sweating, so he rolled the windows down some.
Okay.
So that was pretty nice of him.
Okay.
And then he had a ride along as well.
It'd be quite a ride along.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Right.
quite, yeah.
Yeah, because I think somebody else had a
Are they
Or
going to
he
take
might
him
have
in
taken back, I don't
custody
know.
before this is over?
But he might have been waiting out there a while.
There is the initial interview. Then they're going to hold him,
Okay.
And then
I
the
know
and that's
cops
where it
told me
ends.
to,
But for right now, he is being
like
detained for
put
investigation.
everything down and back up. That's
Oh, he
Okay.
has screwed up the investigation process. I'm still blown away they only gave him 36 months.
Yeah, like he should have gotten more than that.
At least 5.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And what is everything that you left back there?
Like right by my camera thing, there was a pair of like pliers or something. Those were not mine, but I wanted to give them to the cops or something for fingerprints because that's one of the many things that was thrown at me.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Morning,
So there was
Binary. How
that,
you
and
feeling?
there's just the rest of my stuff, everything that pretty much I had on me that it was in my hands, so I could, so I didn't want the cops to shoot me or something. Because these people were like pointing, and they're like, he's a shooter, and pointing at me. I'm like, whoa, dude, like.
Mm-hmm.
And these cops are like, they look like, I was like, man, I'm gonna get shot or something. But thankfully it didn't happen. They were, they didn't shoot me or nothing, so that's cool.
What kind of camera is this? Is it a cell phone? Is it
Well, I was live streaming from that, yeah.
from your? Okay, so that's your camera.
To YouTube, yeah.
Okay, it's a phone. So your phone and pliers. I'm assuming the gun was set down next to it, right?
Whatever's laying there.
Okay. What kind of gun?
What kind of gun did I carry?
Yeah, what were you carrying today?
It was a high point 9mm.
Okay.
You know not what gun you were carrying.
And any other magazines or anything with it?
No.
Okay. So just the gun and the one magazine that was in with the pistol. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how many rounds it holds?
I don't know.
Okay. Would you have
Oh,
filled it
come
to
on.
capacity or something different?
Oh, heck no. There's only 2 bullets in there.
2 bullets? Okay.
Yeah. So there was nothing in there when the cops showed up, or even after that.
This man have no business carrying a firearm.
Well, because
No.
I went out.
And he was bragging
target
about it in his
practicing a while
video,
ago,
too.
And I forgot that I didn't actually.
Idiots usually do.
It's not loaded all the way.
Okay.
It's always the petty among us, you know?
Yeah. These guys, they think they're tough, and then when it comes to consequence, they turn into babies.
Man, that tough stuff was
Is
when
it,
we was young men. Hell, I'm almost 50
is the
years
gun
old. That
registered
tough
to you?
stuff's
Yeah, man.
played out.
Are you asking if I bought the gun?
Yeah, and is it registered to you?
I'm not sure what you mean by registered.
So like when we run a serial number, sometimes it'll come back to a person.
All right,
Yeah.
we're going to take a sandy break here.
I carry a gun, but I got no idea what you talking about register. Did you buy the gun or did you not buy the gun? Now I understand, like in the state of Ohio, I could sell you a gun if you live next door or whatever, and we don't have to do paperwork or none of that, and that's fine. And if that's how he bought the gun, that's one thing. But for a man not to know how many bullets it holds, his training tells him not to aim. I mean, the list goes on why he should not have a gun to begin with.
I know. I mean, come on. How could you not know which register? You literally, it's the law. You have to register it.
Yeah, and then he talking about he did 8 years. Clearly, he didn't see no damn combat. This dude was sitting on his thumb.
Yeah. So
Talking about he don't know how many rounds go in it. I mean, it don't take all you got to do is be kind of familiar with firearms.
yeah, it's like it's not rocket science.
It surely is not.
Oh my God.
The store I bought it from,
Okay.
I'm sure they have some sort of record.
Yeah, if you bought it in a store, it should. But
Nice.
where was that at?
Pawn 1
Okay. Where at?
in Idaho.
Okay. Do you know if it was like how long ago?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, okay, so let's see. Okay, so you talked about some of your in the Army, you had some different kinds of trainings. Can you describe some of that to me involving firearms?
Yeah, they said don't aim.
I
Just
mean, there's different
point that
firearms.
way.
There's,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know where to start.
Of course you wouldn't,
He
dumbass.
probably knows more than he does.
Yeah,
Wherever you want.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure what you're asking.
Just what types of trainings have you gone through?
Stuff for like rules of engagement and whatnot.
Okay.
I'm starting to wonder
because,
if he
I mean,
was
over
ever
there, like,
even in the
you
damn
can't,
service.
You'd have to like.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
starting to question that issue
there's,
as well.
You don't want to. When you're under stress, like you gotta like act in a certain way. So they trained us on like.
My
rules of
dude was in the
engagement
peeling bark
and,
division.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a long time ago. I don't know exactly. I'm not being rude or nothing. I'm trying to answer.
Like, what year was that? How long ago was that?
Right.
Was that? How old were you when you did that?
Now I joined when I was in 2006 when I was 18.
And how old are you now? 36.
Yeah. Yeah. So that would have been about 18 years ago.
Okay.
18 years ago. Over
What
18
other
years
kind of
ago, I was
training
trained
did
on
ya
heavy machinery.
go
I
through?
still remember.
Any kind of like combat, fighting, any of that stuff? What'd you go through?
Just the regular infantry stuff.
And you'll have to forgive my ignorance. I was never in the military,
Oh, heck
so you can talk to me like I'm an idiot because
Oh.
I've never been in the Army. So.
Yeah, I think you're a little smarter than you're letting on.
I don't.
Playing it down.
Not when it comes to the military. I promise.
Heck yeah.
So, do you have like defensive tactics training that you had to go through and that kind of stuff? I don't know.
So we're trying to kind of relate it to what we do. Like,
Yeah.
so we go through defensive tactics, and for us, that's like the hand-to-hand stuff.
Yeah.
So did you have a hand-to-hand portion of your training?
Yeah, we had some of that. Yeah.
And then like for shooting, when they say, I think kind of what she was getting at was like, we're taught to shoot center of mass. That's generally what we're trained on.
What everybody's taught.
We're
Yeah.
taught something else, something similar, something different.
Oh, I'm not sure to be honest with you. It's so long ago.
Okay.
So, my uncle was in Vietnam. When I last talked to him was years ago, he's passed away since then, but I talked to him, he's like, he remembers every weapon that he's trained on, where he was trained, the rule, he knew everything. Even after almost 15, 16 years, he knew everything. He only did a 1-year tour as a truck driver, but he still remembered all his details after 15, 16 years.
Brother, I know lots of people who were
Yeah.
in Afghanistan and Iraq, okay? And I mean a lot of people. And I dare say every single one can tell, well, they're not going to tell you all their experience, but if
Yeah.
you was asking them a question about something like this right here, they would break it down to you in every damn detail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There is no, oh, it was 18 years ago. I'm just a dumbass now. I don't know. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, no one's
I'm
buying
thinking
that.
either he was there to wash dishes or he was peeling bark in the forest because clearly he don't know a damn thing.
No, this guy, if he was in the military, he was probably just somebody they put in the back area to do the train clean and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He never saw combat, or like he wouldn't have packed like he did.
But they say your
He ain't seen no
muscle
combat.
memory
He's
is
too
always
No,
bad.
he never did.
Well, I think that's kind of part of the question. Was we're wondering how much of this is something that was ingrained from training,
Yeah.
if it was.
Well, no, they taught us to, use the.
Binary, thank you for your service, sir. I did not know you were in the Marines. Thank you for your service. My guest here is Vilified Freedom. Really cool guy.
Just another
he's
YouTuber.
yeah. But Binary, thank you for your service, sir. You did a great job over there in Desert Storm.
Least amount of force
going again.
necessary to neutralize something. Because I mean, if you kill somebody, you can't interrogate them or nothing. But I mean, there's just different training we had.
Mm-hmm.
But we did a lot of that in like Hohensfeld. That's a place through in Germany. It's like a town, and then there's nobody lives there, but you can go in there and like train and whatnot, and but that was some of our training.
Yeah.
And then we had live shoot houses there where the the walls would absorb the bullets, and then you can go in there and they'd have little targets pop up, and then some would be a guy with a gun, and some would be like a woman or something.
Yep.
That way you don't you don't want to shoot some woman or a kid or something pops out of nowhere.
No supervisors frown on that.
Right. Well, yeah, and it's you don't want to do it.
Yeah. It's actually some of the same stuff that we do.
Yeah.
Oh, heck
Making good decisions, right?
Right.
Shooting when appropriate, at the right place, for the right amount of time.
Yeah.
So there's actually some kind of crossover, I think.
Heck yeah.
Okay. And you may have mentioned this earlier, I'm sorry, I don't remember. Have you had any use of force encounters in the past?
What do you mean, like in the Army?
Anytime, including the Army, though.
Are you asking if I was like involved in combat?
Yeah, any kind of use of force. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a shooting use of force either.
Yeah. Well, no, I got my combat infantryman badge, so you only get that if you get shot at and you shoot back at people.
Okay.
That's a good way of describing it.
Yeah.
I've seen the badge, but I didn't know what it meant.
Heck yeah.
But that makes sense. If you get shot at and shoot back, then you get that one. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, it kind of, like when you're in the Army, it kind of sets you apart, like on base and whatnot.
Yes. Yeah.
It makes the people feel like they're, I don't know, because they're getting paid the same amount and all the danger, so I mean, they got to kind of give them something, I guess. I don't know.
It kind of legitimizes you.
Yeah, but.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's in the Army. Anything outside of the Army? Any kind of use of force?
From this conversation, you would not believe this man was in the service. No matter what he says, you can't give me any info at all.
Or anything?
No, heck no.
Okay.
No, like I said,
Ask him what unit he served in. Ask what the regiment. Ask him. Let's go ahead and see how he enters. And
I mean, they're asking him all. He had every opportunity to say. I mean, he could have literally just said, "Okay, well, this is how you break down a firearm," or "We did this one time in training." He could have given an example of any damn thing, and he chose not to say anything.
Yeah. So yeah,
that's suspect as all get out.
Yeah, he probably. My guess is he's just living through. He didn't have any training. Ask him what unit he served in, what regiment, detachment, whatever. He won't give you an answer. Or if you do, they can fact check it and say, no, he's lying.
This man is an unuseful idiot.
Yeah, he's garbage.
And I don't even go to bars.
That's good.
It's just wasting money.
I was going to say, that's probably a solid
really
choice.
Good.
Now I spend most of my time in the woods with my dogs.
Oh, heck yeah. What kind of dogs?
One's like a pit bull looking mix, but he's only about 50 or 60 pounds. But he's like a mix of a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Then the other one, I'm not sure how old.
Now look how he gives these long, descriptive answers on his damn dog.
Because the other dog was.
He goes into detail. He's willing to go on about it.
He's like 15 or so. So.
Yeah. So yeah, he's screwing with us.
Keep an eye on him, but I don't know how old she is, or even what kind of dog she is.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Sounds like little rescue dogs.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Not that bad. Okay. It was relayed to me at some point. Someone down there mentioned that you were saying you were trying to help people down there.
Help people with what?
I don't know. Someone had said that you had said that to some of the people in the groups down there that you were trying to help them, and so I was trying to figure out what you meant by that, or did you say that? I don't.
Helping people. I mean, I help spread awareness about like homeless. I don't know if helping people or whatnot.
Okay. You don't recall telling anyone that? That just is what I got told, so I'm trying to...
No, I mean, this all happened so fast.
Most common statement, it happened so fast.
Yeah.
And you said spread the word about homeless?
Well, yeah, that's the news story that I was doing to begin with was the homeless crisis, drug epidemic, whatever you want to call it, in Spokane.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if people see that, like council members or just people, if they get enough views, they'll usually that kicks the city into, hey, let's clean up the sidewalk, or hey, let's do this, or But if I said that, that's what I would mean by that. I mean, I don't have bottles of water or food or nothing to give them. I don't know how it would help them. But
Okay. So just basically using your position to kind of make
as
people
media,
aware.
yeah, as media,
Mhm.
because I didn't realize that Spokane was anywhere near that. Because last time I really walked around there would have been like 2004, 2005
Okay.
time frame, and it looked completely different.
Mm-hmm.
It's changed.
A little bit. Okay. Just wanted to clarify that because I had heard that.
Somebody's watching these videos right now and is confirming or denying whether he's saying the truth or not.
Can you imagine being the guy that's watching from the office?
Yeah.
They're in
Is
there
there
like, you know
anything
what?
different that you
This
think
guy,
could've
this isn't
Change the outcome of what happened?
Yeah.
To pick somewhere else to film, I guess. But I mean, it's a public sidewalk. There's really nothing.
He does not give you the impression of a
hindsight's
person who is
20/20,
arguing for
Yeah.
his freedom.
Which is
No.
true, obviously.
He's trying to advertise his channel.
I don't want to hold that against
If I filmed somewhere else, I guess it wouldn't happen. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's part of America. I mean,
Absolutely.
I shouldn't be able
That's
to
a
not
nervous
go
laugh.
down a
That's
public
not a-
sidewalk
that's
and
not
it's-
an
it's
actual
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Be able to live
I think he's going to
stream.
realize he's in
Sure.
trouble.
Yeah, you should be able to.
But I mean, we could a lot of stuff. I guess could have. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Was there any sort of, it sounds like they were kind of chirping at you right away. Were you fighting, arguing back with
no, I
anybody?
was.
Were you calling
That's when I was.
names? Were you doing anything?
That's when I was trying walking down that road
Mm-hmm.
to actually get back to my
That's
vehicle.
not
And
true.
the
He
road
was
that where
arguing
it
the
happened,
whole
my
time.
vehicle was like right there in the corner, and that's where I was.
Yeah.
I was trying to get to my vehicle.
Okay.
I was trying to leave the scene. Because
And
that
he
way,
could have
'cause,
easily.
I mean, the way
Yeah,
they're talking and
without a
everything, and the
problem.
threats. I mean, it's clearly not a safe environment. And
Just try and
like
run.
I said, I
There
wasn't
you
out
go.
looking for trouble or nothing.
I'm the news, and you're interrupting a news broadcast. That is a crime. So, like I said, give me a minute. You bitch boy. Shut up and walk away.
Oh, this is not the one.
Okay, so people are pulling out machetes and all this other shit.
Who's the? I don't
Give me
see
a bad idea
nobody.
to pull out anything on me, because
Yeah.
This ain't even the video I thought
I'm
it
pro
was.
Second Amendment, bitches.
No.
I don't have a felony, so I can carry a gun, and I have a concealed firearm.
Listen to that
permit.
cavalier attitude.
So he's bragging about it. Right
And
then
not
there,
only
he is
that, but
bragging
the
about it.
law stipulates you cannot go down there intentionally putting yourself in a way where you were going to have to use
Yeah.
deadly force if you think that there's a chance you're going to have to use that deadly force.
Yeah, and he was there a day or so before harassing the same people. So he was down there before harassing them, so they knew who he was.
Yeah, the video I was referring to, man, there is like 100 some people outside this guy before the shots are fired.
Yeah, it might have been the one from the day before when he was there earlier, perhaps. But yeah, he was there one day. Then a day or two later, he comes back, and that's where the shooting takes place on the second trip over here. That's like, I remember that he may have come from the first day, possibly.
Mm.
But yeah, he's bragging he's got a gun.
Something or another.
Not only bragging about it,
I
but
don't know
he's
the name of
cavalier.
that
Oh, I'm
road.
allowed to have it. I can do it.
Yeah, I can carry a gun too. You don't see me do anything.
They're back the f up. Back up.
That's
Back
what-
up.
Pause it for a
Back
second.
the f up.
Yeah.
Right here lies the problem with our society in general. Okay. See, let me give an example. If me and you are walking down the road and there are two big, huge dudes that just look like they put a whooping to us, right? We're not going to go over there and mess with those guys
No, absolutely not.
because I don't want that problem.
No.
However, in this world, if the big guys that are standing there minding their own business then start walking around in the world imposing an attitude, because they can do this and that on everybody, right?
Yeah,
The moral of what I'm trying to get to is if everybody would just act like that big guy that's going to whoop you is right around the corner, we would all behave a whole lot better. The
Oh,
problem is
definitely.
people get out amongst themselves and they start believing themselves to be something that they are not. And then that's where
Yeah.
the whole pride kicks in, and then it does not end. It's just it's a game of escalation.
Yeah, and it's like, for me, I would say, you know what? This looks safe. I'm going to cross the street and go down the other sidewalk then. I would avoid any potential confrontations to begin with.
It's like Chuck Liddell famously said, okay? You can be the toughest guy on two legs. You have to give a man an out.
Yeah.
You know, imagine
And
living the life of Chuck Liddell. If he just knocked out everybody who disagreed with him, just imagine what kind of position he would be in right now.
oh yeah, he'd be in prison for life.
You can't deal with everybody like that. Just because you
No.
have the ability doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
And that's
I
the
mean,
problem with the world. That people don't look at somebody and say, "Oh, I want to compete against him." They see somebody and they're like, "I'm going to prey on him."
yeah. Well, I had never met you before. I just walked downstairs and say, "Hi, how you doing?" You said, "Hi, I'm doing." We just walk our separate ways, and that'd be the end of it.
That's
There'd be
right.
no, because you're not a threat to me. You haven't done anything to be a threat to me. You're just a guy walking down the street. I'm saying hi, you're saying hi, and we're just moving our way. But
Exactly.
he's going out here looking for the trouble because it
And
makes a
that's the
good
problem.
YouTube
And you
video.
know what? That's the problem in society is because there's a lot of those people that are going out deliberately just looking for that kind of problem.
Yeah. And if someone squares up to you, it's smart to take a step back and let them have their minor, nothing victories. Hey, I scared this guy, rather than risk getting into altercation that has nothing to do with you to begin with.
I diffuse at all costs. And if you go
Yeah.
through if you're able to still go after me trying to diffuse, if you are still willing to pursue me, you are asking for the consequences that are coming. It's
It's
not on me.
flight
I
or
have
fight.
exercised everything I could possibly do to not make this thing happen. I
Yeah.
don't want it to happen. I go out of my way for it not to happen. But the reason why I have it is because you're not going to dictate how I'm going to live my damn life.
No. I mean, there's walking away is a lot better than getting into a fight.
Hell yeah. Or doing time in prison.
Oh, definitely.
You could
And,
be 100% justified in the shooting and still go jail.
oh, yeah, definitely. And it's the mindset. Just, you know what? Don't go looking for trouble. You probably won't find much trouble.
That's right.
But people like him, they make their life of doing this kind of crap.
Mm-hmm.
They just mind your
And
own
then they
business and be
carry a
nice.
gun all willy-nilly. You know, I sat down with some family members and law enforcement, a friend of the family in law enforcement, and we sat down and had a long conversation, this, that, and then he said, listen, and the whole reason why I did this, because I said, I'm about to start carrying a gun. And he said, hey, before
Yeah.
you do that, let's just have a little talk here. And he explained it to me. Before taking on such a responsibility like this, you have to come to the determination either you are willing to do what needs to be done or you are not. If you are not, then there's no sense having this thing on you. It's going to do you or nobody else any kind of good. And if you're not the right kind of person, having this on you isn't going to do you or anybody else any good. You know? So I had to go through I didn't just take it as some people are just like, yep, I'm doing it, and they run with it. Brother, I put months into thinking and reading law
Definitely.
and what I got to do. I took a CCW class, and then even after I took a CCW class, I didn't just go get the permit. I took time to think about it, and I was like, is this something I want to do? Having all the information now, then I decided yes.
Yeah. You're in a position of a device that can take a human life.
Right.
You got to be dead serious.
And you have to be willing to do so once you're carrying that gun, or it's your damn life.
Yeah, and you got to be very responsible handling that power, and you have to respect that power.
That's right.
Because, like I said, if you pull that trigger, you're committed to it. Yeah. There's no going back.
There's no getting out of it. There is no putting it back in. It is what it is. You can cry. You can it does not matter.
I'm gonna pull that gun. I tried to run away, couldn't get away. I got blocked and whatever. I got surrounded. I mean, I tried to defuse it. I tried to apologize, do whatever I do. I mean, I went down the real wimp route to avoid this confrontation. They wouldn't stop.
Well, in the state of Ohio, to run away and all that other stuff, we no longer have to do that. Now, if I'm in a position, I have a bad spine, so I'm not running anywhere. Running for me is not going to happen. I'm just going to end up paralyzed 10 feet down the road anyway, right? Yeah. So if it comes down, the line is drawn, then the line is drawn. I don't want to be the one to draw no line. I don't want no confrontation with nobody. But I certainly should not be in a position to choose between me or you.
Yeah, definitely. So, like, be smart if you're going to carry a gun, and respect that power, and you should be okay.
Yes, it is the most ultimate responsibility that one can possess.
Yes.
Yeah, walk
See
away.
that right
bitch.
there?
Yeah, now he's
Shut
antagonizing us
up.
more.
That's
Shut
right.
up.
That makes you guilty in a shooting in that
I was
instant.
just trying to get back
Oh,
on the
yeah.
vehicle to go home.
So looking back on it, is there anything, because you didn't anticipate this,
Hell no.
but sometimes something
They wanna
happens,
have
we
a
look back
tough
on,
attitude.
oh, crap. I kind of wish I wouldn't have done X, or I kind of wish I wouldn't have said X, or I kind of wish, is there anything, looking back, you're like, damn, I wish I would have maybe not done this?
No.
You feel good about it.
No, I don't feel, hell no.
That's not
I
the
feel
right
like
way to
shit
say it.
right now.
Right, that's not the right way of saying it.
Oh.
But you're comfortable with your actions. Does that make sense?
I mean, I believe I acted appropriately, but
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable right now or nothing. I feel like shit because...
Yes, because the guy's injured, yes.
See, the officer
But
shouldn't have
there's-
put those words in his mouth.
You don't look back on it with regret the way you handled it.
Never guess somebody got hurt, but I believe that my life was in danger.
Okay.
The thing is, the only thing he regrets is getting arrested.
Yeah.
He does not
All
care
I
about
hear
the
is
guy.
regret for what he's done. He's mad. His only position is, I wish I didn't do this to myself.
Yeah, he has no concern to the other guy. He's like,
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry, I put myself in this spot, and that's it. He does not care about the other guy that he seriously injured.
I agree.
Can I tell you some good news?
But,
Is that you actually care, right?
oh, heck yeah.
Because we deal with a lot of people that don't. I just kind of, generally speaking, call them broken toys.
Yeah.
They don't have a conscience. They don't have a sense of right and wrong. You actually care.
I don't
Right?
believe that.
Well, yeah, because,
No.
I believe he cares about his
yeah,
ass.
I don't like to hurt stuff.
Yeah, I think the cops
That
have
wasn't
figured
the
him out and
goal.
trying to screw
No.
with them.
And it's
Try to
kinda
get him to
weighing on
talk.
you now.
Well, I mean, I just got it. Not just this, just being in the army and stuff. You don't want to hurt people there either, but
I agree with you. It's the same thing.
Oh, hey,
with
look at
police.
my mic.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, my
That's
God.
Shootings, and I would have preferred not to
Let me
be.
show you this. This is crazy.
Right, but. Yeah. So when you look back on this,
Works.
is there anything you wish you would have done different?
Not been. I mean,
It's
trying to be a
taken
news
some
person, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, as far as this situation, I don't think I did anything wrong. But I do kind of wish I had.
Shout out to Tow Truck Dan, wherever you are.
Yeah,
Tow
try
Truck
to be a
Dan,
news
that
person
microphone's
because all the chaos and everything.
Yep.
Yeah. It's hard.
But I wasn't going out there looking for trouble or nothing.
I think that's all I've got at the moment. I need to take a bathroom break. Can I
Alright,
get you
yeah.
some more water?
Oh no, I drank the whole thing. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I ask a couple of
Yeah,
questions?
go ahead.
Tell me about the guy that you shot.
What about him?
What I'm sitting over here trying to understand, so I'm trying to get inside your mind.
Yeah.
Here's the problem.
A good place
You
to
and I
be.
met about 60 minutes ago, right?
Right.
So I don't know you from Adam.
You'll
No.
have plenty of
So I'm
room
trying
in
to figure
there.
out how we wound up here in this little room instead of just hanging out at the woods playing with your dogs. That would have been a much better circumstance.
Oh
right?
heck yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out how we wound up here. So I'm trying to get inside your brain. So I'm asking you some kind of personal questions. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So tell me about the guy that you shot. What did you see?
Like right when when it happened, or
Yep.
well, I seen the guy lunging for me, and after what they had said and everything, I felt like they were trying.
Right
they were
there's
trying
the
to
guilty
take the
conviction,
gun
right
from me.
there.
Like they were.
Yeah. You
So
lied to
I
him.
didn't have it pointed at nobody or nothing. I just
Lunging
had it
is not a
unholstered,
deadly act.
pointed at the ground.
No.
Videos and pictures of us, bro. Look how you feel,
Is
bro.
he's holding the gun right there.
You taking a gun out and you taking pictures and
He's
videos?
standing there holding the gun and a camera.
Yeah.
He's got to be the dumbest son of a gun.
He got a gun.
That's illegal right there. You go to jail for that.
Yeah.
You cannot brandish a gun just because.
No.
Wait.
He's
no one near him.
started all on himself.
Yeah, you
no
pull a
one
gun
in.
on a girl, bro. You a bitch.
I'm not excited nothing. I'm a member of the press.
Oh, this is the guy.
Yeah, this is him. I want this guy to stay still, but
Do it, bitch. What the fuck?
there's one.
Whoa.
That's the warning shot. That's the other one. So yeah, that's the video right there. This one here in a second. But yeah, he didn't do anything. He was there just being tough. Just like, seriously.
How did he only get 36 months? Somebody explain to me. Oh, never mind. I forgot. It was in Washington.
He took a plea deal, and fortunately the guy survived.
I'm
But
telling you
yeah.
what, in the state of Ohio, he'd be doing 5 to 10.
I wish he was. But yeah, he my guess he got on his knees and begged for that plea deal. So yeah, you could tell he was out there being a tough guy, and it backfired.
Oh yeah, big time tough guy. You hear his attitude? Good.
Yeah, I got a gun. Come get me.
Yeah. I mean, oh my goodness. You talk
It
about
is.
shooting somebody, potentially taking someone's life. That is one of the heaviest things to have on a person's soul. I do not think men understand this.
No. And it's like, once it's done, it's done.
Yeah, there's no putting the toothpaste back in the tube.
Yeah, I think the person that was the cat we were seeing a minute ago, that was a kid. That was a little girl. So what happened if she had charged her, he had shot her too?
Good night.
Yeah. Let's go to number 3 here.
And then
Hold on.
as I was
Let me
walking
take
away,
5
at
real
that
quick. I
point,
gotta
they
go
were
use the
already
restroom. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, we want to take a bathroom break. Let's go ahead and take a bathroom break, and we'll sort this out in a little bit.
Okay.
Alrighty, I am back. Who else is back? You there, sir?
Yes, sir. Ready to go.
Okay. All right. Hey, when nature calls, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go.
Rocks and threatened me and everything, and then I just remember the guy. You know, it all just happened all at once.
Can you describe that guy to me?
I think light brown clothes.
Okay. Just got overall.
I don't know.
Okay. And so, when you fired, were you
I think he
firing?
might have had a coat on too.
Okay, that's good. Light brown overall. White male, black male, Hispanic?
White person, I believe.
Okay. Male or female?
Oh, it is a male.
White male, brown overall, probably a coat.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people coming at me, and
100%. Just give me
but
your impression.
I'm not trying to give an impression I wasn't like paying attention, you know, to my gun discharge or nothing.
No, again, we deal with dum-dums. You don't seem like that. You seem like a pretty intentional guy that's well trained, right?
Right.
So that's why we're trying to figure out
Setting
how
him
we
up.
got here.
Right.
So
Yeah, they're
the guy
setting up
that-
his ego.
the
They're
guy
working
that
on
you
his
shot,
ego.
Excuse me.
Tell me
Something
about-
seems
so
to
he
be
was
wrong with
white
London
male.
Bridge.
probably wearing brown.
I think it's on fire.
And so, what made you think that I needed to take this guy out of all those people?
I was the nearest person, and he was like lunging for it.
That's not a good answer.
Because I'd already been backing down the road. I'd already backed down like 20,
These
30
are
feet
not
at
the
that
things
point, and
you
they were
say.
still coming charging at me, and rocks were being thrown.
That's why you get a lawyer.
And so was he the closest, or was he the most aggressive, or?
Well, no, I mean, that was the nearest threat. I mean, if anybody could grab my gun at that point,
That
because I had him over here, and then I had, you know, more people, like they were dividing my attention, trying to get around me and whatnot.
Gotcha. And so how did you select that guy? Does that make sense?
I think it would be because this first person, I mean, they're like right there, and I mean, that's obviously the nearest threat would be the guy who's closest.
Why was he a
And then,
threat? You said he lunged. You didn't see no
I mean,
weapon.
he was close enough, because
Yeah.
you know 21-foot rule, I mean, anybody within 21 feet, they...
21
I mean, this
foot
guy's
pause
like
this.
freaking like
The
right
21
there. I
foot
mean,
rule
if
is
he,
for someone with a weapon. The 21 foot rule is not for somebody just lunging with their hands.
No. That's like with a knife usually.
He's conflating two different things to make it sound like it's the same damn thing. They are
Yeah,
two
there's a
totally
difference
different
there.
subjects.
Yeah, he's trying to justify shooting because now I think he's starting to realize that he's in trouble.
Oh yeah, he's elbows deep.
Yeah, he's like trying to figure out that they're not buying his crap.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if he had like a knife, 21 feet, that would make sense. But if you're like 21 feet and you're just carrying like a plastic bottle, you're in no danger at all.
Mm-hmm.
any stronger of a lunge, I mean, he would have had my gun at that point.
How
But I was
close-
still backing up at the time.
Yes. How close do you think he was to you when you fired not the warning shot but the actual shot?
I don't remember the exact, but it felt like it was,
Closer than her.
yeah, I would say about like right here or so.
You could have maybe reached out and swatted him,
Oh yeah,
roughly.
yeah.
See, he giving
I
him
understand
alternatives
you're
right there, and you don't even
Trying to
realize it.
recall something that
Yeah.
is probably a bit difficult, right?
Right.
Okay. And you selected him because he was the closest.
Well, I mean, he was a threat. I mean,
Yeah.
he was
Closest threat.
Yeah, I wasn't selecting people
Not
or
gonna
nothing.
let go of that threat.
Maybe that wasn't the right
Oh no,
word.
I just didn't want you to think I'm out there like,
No.
oh, I'm gonna kill them, I'm gonna kill them, kill them. Like I was, no, that's
These are
the person.
bad
I mean,
things to say in an
I
interview.
felt
Yeah.
like this person's about to grab my gun, and
He
then
panicked.
even if he
That's
doesn't
what
take it
happened.
away from me, all these other people,
He bit
and
off
then
more
with
than
the
he could
rocks
chew, and he
everything, I mean,
panicked.
I'm gonna be dead here pretty soon.
Do you remember if he had anything in his hands?
I don't.
Oh man, this is a big.
And
Oh
Yeah.
god.
so he was the one really based on he was the closest threat.
Yeah, but they were all.
So he had nothing in
there's
his
multiple
hands.
people saying
You
that
just
they're
throwing your life
right.
away.
gonna take my gun. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
at that point, I'd
You
already
just
backed
messed
away
yourself
like
up
20 or
big
30
time.
feet
You're
down the
done.
road, and they were still. I mean, they're like right there on me.
30
Trying to
Six
get
months.
back towards your car.
Oh hell yeah! I
Blows
was
my
just trying to
mind.
get to my truck and leave.
I know.
Okay.
He got a
Um,
miracle.
You can say that again.
Do you remember? Does your
So you can see the street
camera
clearly. He
you
could have made a
were
run down
using
that street and been
does it
safe.
record to the phone?
How about
as
not
well
go
as
there
live
at
stream?
all?
Is it also recorded
Exactly.
on your phone, or is it only?
I have no idea, to be
I
honest.
mean,
with
if
you.
I'm going to Seattle,
if you're going to edit it,
I'm going to
you
see
grab
the
it off YouTube?
sights.
Oh, if it's a live stream, it's not edited.
I'm not
It's,
going to do anything like that.
Yes, but if you wanted to edit it later, where is it stored? Is it stored at YouTube?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm not really tech savvy.
That's okay. But you're not sure if it's on your phone
Not
as
really
well.
brain savvy neither.
Are you freaking serious? You are a YouTube person. I know where all my live streams are stored on YouTube when I get done with them. This stream here is going to be on YouTube right now. It's going to stay until I take it off. I guarantee you somebody's on his channel right now downloading those videos and are watching them.
Sure.
It's like, oh, I don't know where my videos are stored at. Oh my God. It's probably stored on his phone too.
Yeah, he knows exactly where they're stored at because the whole reason to uploading them is try to get that paycheck. And believe
Yeah,
you me,
so-
if that's where his paycheck comes from, he knows where the hell they're at.
Yeah, it is BS.
Well, like on the video, like camera.
I couldn't answer that, sir.
Okay. Do you remember what actually split your lip here?
I mean, I don't remember the exact thing, but that was about the time I seen the wrench thing. But there was rocks coming, and I couldn't tell you for certain what. But it was something.
You keep
'cause my
saying
whole
rocks
side of my
coming,
face right here
debris,
still
people
kinda-
throwing things,
Yeah,
but
well,
they're
I thought
throwing
you
it
were
because
hoping
you're
to get
walking
hurt.
around with a damn
this is- I
gun.
got
Yes.
lobbed with like a rock or something.
Yes. No, that makes more sense. Okay.
Do you know if that
You know,
was
we see the little pebbles a
before
few
or
times.
after
That's
the
all we
shot
see.
went off?
Oh, that was before.
Okay.
Oh heck yeah.
And
Something
one of the
happened
things we
to
didn't
the
really
guy.
clarify is what were you aiming for when you did that second shot?
Telling me it's reload.
Just to get the person to stop.
Yes, but where were you aiming?
I guess like right here.
Okay, kind of center of mass off just a little bit to the.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to hit him in the head or nothing, or because I didn't even want to have to shoot to begin with. I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean, these guys, they're not stopping, and they're like right on me at that point.
Yeah. And so kind of like lower, you were kind of off to the side, kind of that's what you're motioning towards,
Yeah, just that area.
or like kind of wound him
I mean, I wasn't thinking wound or maim or anything. I just
to stop him.
was right.
Okay. And do you remember what kind of ammo you carry in the gun?
No,
No, just
Well, I
whatever you
don't
have.
expect
It's
anything
9mm.
less, though.
Yeah. All right. That's kind of the question. Any questions for us?
no.
All right. We'll take a little break, hit the head real quick, and we'll come back and chat some more.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay. Need a snack or anything?
No.
Soda. We got soda too with waters.
You got a
Attaboy.
tissue or something?
Yep. We can do that.
Grab you some of those. Be right back.
It's going to mute it because when he's in there for 2 minutes, he's going to blow his nose in order to come back. So,
Yeah.
let's see if I can-
That's the thing with petty people. They have to micro control the only things that they can control because everything else has gotten out of their hands. He can't walk back his answers. He can't give different. He screwed himself in every way possible. It's pathetic,
Yeah.
to be honest.
yeah, he put him on a spot, and now he's trying to backtrack, and he can't. He's committed. His own videos have committed to him.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what's going on, but he is screwed everything up. And now I'll do big of a general much with that. But yeah, he's in there just being stupid.
Yep. Hold on.
Okay. Let's come back here in just a second. Let's get a little time here. But yeah, they know he's lying. They've got him dead to rights now.
Wait, how are we doing? Do we need any more water, tissues, or anything?
Yeah, thanks. Oh. I do that all the time.
Yeah, kind of clumsy like that.
Oh, me too.
Okay. Alright, I got something to drink. Took a bathroom break.
Nice.
Sure. Okay, so I've got a few follow-up questions for you. Okay, so you mentioned doing some target shooting. Was that today or just recent that you said you were doing some practice shooting?
I don't know. I'd have to think about that.
Okay. So when you are going target shooting, what do you use for your targets?
Just paper.
Okay. So what's your
soda cans.
Okay, soda cans and paper.
Heck yeah.
What any particular kinds of targets? Are they silhouettes? Are they?
No, a can is like a soda can,
Mhm.
and then like a paper plate or something.
Okay.
Or if you have an old piece of wood, you can just draw a little circle on that.
Okay. So smaller targets.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I mean, just something to like shoot at. I'm not out there, not a picture of Osama bin Laden or nothing.
Okay.
It's a fun fact. When you're target shooting, if it's an actual person, dead or alive, it is illegal. So you can't do business targets for that.
Yeah, you probably pay extra for those. Yeah.
Might.
Well, definitely going to cost more than just a paper plate or a soda can. So. Okay. So there's not anything where you're, using center mass as kind of your, point of aim. It's just whatever else you're using. Soda can, plates, wood.
Well, yeah, soda can, you just kind of just look at it.
It's a small target, obviously.
Right.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just don't believe this man was in the
free,
service.
So.
No.
Free is good.
And just because you was in the service doesn't make you this high honor individual. There's plenty of people who've been in the service that are
the 21-foot rule,
worthless as a net.
Well, you guys know about it. You're taught about that.
Yeah.
Well, we are, but I just want to hear from your perspective because I don't know if it's the same. Right? Your training was like 18 years ago. Is that right?
No, I'm talking about the 21-foot rule in general.
Well, see, that's kind of like I said earlier. We're trying to get inside your head.
Right.
Because. Yeah. Here's the deal. You shot somebody, right?
Right.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
So we're trying to understand what you were thinking so that...
I'm not out in the woods practicing with silhouette targets, if that's what you're asking, and looking for an opportunity to shoot somebody. Like, that's the only time I've ever shot, outside the military. Like, that's not... And that's been a while since I've been out. I'm not out there, shooting silhouettes and... oh man, I hope I get to kill somebody today. Like, that's not, what I'm doing.
These are not good things to have.
We gotta figure out where your mind is.
Right.
No, he's not doing this at all. He's hanging himself.
You keep dancing around the issues. Okay?
Right.
Like when you told us you don't really remember what's going on, what happened. That's not true. I'll tell you why. I deal with dipshits. Okay? I deal with some dumb motherfuckers. You are not that. You are a smart man. You're intentional. And you have values. If you didn't have values, you wouldn't be out supporting the First Amendment and the Second Amendment, correct?
Right.
You're trying to do the right thing. Correct?
Right.
Help us help you.
I just felt like the questions you guys were asking was trying to get me to admit like I'm some, I don't know.
No. What we got to know is what's in your brain.
Right.
So here's
what I would ask. A lot of rocks?
Is don't say, like there was a question about targets. You're like, I don't remember. That's not true. Okay? Again, you are a smart man. But if we want to help you, we have to know what you're thinking. Does that make sense? Because of the severity of what happened.
Right.
So what you don't want is at the end of this, which we write our report, to say he was ambiguous, he wasn't sure what he was doing, he avoided questions, and so we don't really know why
That's
he
about
shot
where we're
somebody.
at.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh,
He's not
that's
answering
good
the
for my
questions.
And that's a great statement on top, but we need details. Okay?
Yeah.
We have to know where your brain's at. So when she asks you specific questions, I would give specific answers. And here's the problem, is if you dance around the issue, it appears that you're being misleading.
No, I'm just
I
trying
don't
not
think
to.
you are.
It seems like I just felt like you guys were trying to get a gotcha question to like me.
Mm-mm. I need to know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
And without that, we have to assume.
Right. No, I never went out there looking for trouble. I wasn't.
And
out
that's
there.
not the accusation.
Oh, okay.
That's
No,
not
I
the
didn't. I'm just
accusation.
didn't know what you're trying to ask.
But
Yeah.
here's part
They've
of the
already
problem.
solved
If
it
you're
now.
not
Just
stop-
malicious
and you start being
people in this
evasive, I
world
think
who
that
do
you're
things
an
just to
ex-killer
get
out
a
of
rise
Texas
out
with
of
a
people.
body
I
in the
mean,
trunk.
Yeah.
pathetic is pathetic,
In
and that's
reality,
just
you might just not have
across the
insurance.
board.
Yeah.
He's
That
just
makes sense if
one.
I'm talking to
Yeah.
somebody.
They've
But when
seen
they
his
start dancing,
videos.
then I start
Probably
sure.
has no
picking my
control in
interest.
his normal life.
So,
Hence,
all I'm
look at
asking
how he's an
is that you
idiot
just
now. Go through the service,
Help
come
us
out, know
understand
nothing.
where you
I
come
mean,
from,
Yeah.
how you got here, and why
I think he
you
was
were
just
here. Does that
freeloading
make
in the
sense?
army.
Right.
So we can
He's
explain it
been
away.
freeloading his whole damn life.
But
Look
if
at
we
it.
can't explain
Yeah.
it, if we're like, he gave us a whole bunch of details, and then right up when the
Sad.
shooting happened, he went blank. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it's stress-induced amnesia.
That's not this though. Because right after that, you start giving us answers. Okay? And I'm not trying to trap you. What I'm trying to do is to get you just to tell us.
Right.
We want
I
to
mean,
tell
you
you.
asked about like the coat and everything, and
Yep, 100%. That's
that's
right.
why I was saying like some stuff.
Yes.
You know, it's not all
And that's the stuff we need.
right.
Because without that, somebody else could just assume that you went down there causing problems to shoot somebody.
No.
You don't
I
have
don't
to
think
sit and
that
watch
either.
the damn video.
Again,
Yeah.
I'm a big First Amendment guy and a big Second Amendment guy. But help us help you, Jerry Maguire. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then we have to just assume.
Right.
And somebody else that reads the report has to assume. And maybe he's just some asshole that came over here to kill people. Is that the case?
No.
No, I agree with you. But if you don't tell us why you're here, what you were doing, what you were thinking in that moment, where you aimed, don't tell me you don't know where you aimed. Okay? If you say, I don't want to answer that question, I'm like, cool, I get you. But don't tell me you don't know, because again, you are an intentional smart man. Right? You have good experience. Help us understand what was going on, and don't just say because I was in fear for my life. That's a good starting statement,
Well,
right?
what people are saying about they're going to take my gun away.
Yes, I get that. But when she asks you specific questions, she needs specific answers. So we can explain specifically what you were doing, why you were doing. His training was this. He reacted this way. He did this thing. Well, we can't say he was in the army, but he forgot all his training. When it came time to pull the trigger, he didn't. He blacked out. Do you understand how bad that sounds?
You know,
Right.
It sounds like you're lying. I don't think you're a liar. Right?
No, I'm not.
Oh, yes, he's a
I
liar.
100% agree with you. That's why I would ask you just to tell her the truth so we can explain in that moment why you did what you did. Because it could be completely reasonable, correct?
Right.
But if you don't tell us, we don't know. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. So, where were you aiming when you shot the guy?
I guess center mass.
Okay,
I mean,
and that's reasonable. That's what we do. That's an honest answer. Thank you.
Yeah, but I mean, I wasn't trying to kill him or nothing.
And
That's-
nobody's saying that.
Well, because center mass sometimes, I mean, you could hit it like. You
You
might hit
Good,
a vital
but you're
organ
also
or
trying to end
something.
the threat, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm not worried about
Okay.
semantics.
Right. Right, you're trying to stop the threat.
Yes, I was.
And that is my biggest target.
Thank you.
We're
Thank
gonna
you
go
for the
with
honest
that,
answer.
right?
I'm trying to be honest. I just you watch these
No, you're
shows and
not.
people get railroaded, and I just didn't know
trying to be
what
honest,
you guys were
you are.
asking.
We're not that smart.
ain't
Yeah,
nobody
you are.
gonna be honest.
We just want the truth.
Please.
That's the one thing that we're good at is finding the truth. That's what we want.
Heck yeah,
Yeah, they're
And
playing
again,
to his
why
ego
are you
right
trying?
now.
Because you have a heart, right?
I guess.
No, you do.
Yeah.
You do. So help us help you by telling us the truth. Even if it fucking sucks. And there's going to be a couple questions that she's going to have to ask you, and they're going to suck. They are. But I just need the truth, because that is what frees you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what builds credibility. So as much as it sucks, just tell the fucking truth. Cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so tell me about this 21-foot rule that you were taught. I want to hear it from kind of your mindset.
Somebody can sprint and get to you and take your weapon within 21 feet.
Okay.
And
That's
this
not
guy,
what
I mean,
the
there was a whole
21-foot
crowd of
rule
them.
is at
They were
all.
A lot closer to 21
No, it's
feet.
not.
And, but yeah, that's where we're taught that, you know, anything within a 21-foot like distance, that's they could potentially kill you. They could take your life.
Okay, so that 21-foot rule is they don't necessarily have to be armed. It's just the fact that they're in that proximity that they
Well, I mean,
can
their
be able to
intent
get
as
to you.
well. If they've made their intent clear that they're going to disarm you and it's a crowd of people.
No.
Because over there we had people that they wouldn't have weapons.
This is
but then
not
they'd
law.
Push, like minor
No.
kids to the front
It
and
is
try to get
anti-
them to
by him
grab
screwing up.
soldiers' weapons and whatnot. And
Well, because they knew you were ROEs.
right, and then
Right.
they'd have like little bouquets of flowers and have like a grenade in there and have the kid hold the grenade until he got up there and then just let
But
it
that
go
has
and
nothing to
whatnot.
do with being home.
That was
That
Vietnam.
don't have nothing to do with the price of tea in China, but we're talking about, you know, people getting in close and whatnot.
With a weapon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is what you were taught, obviously, 18 or so years ago back in the Army.
Well, that's when I joined the Army, but we had, you know,
Recurring training,
Yeah.
probably. Okay.
and I never, you know, did anything outside the rules of engagement or anything there. And that's, you know, you can look at my
I
record.
did that with just scrubbing latrines.
Why would
I
you
never
even say
acted
that?
inappropriately or committed war
Yeah.
crimes or nothing. Or,
Okay.
Why would you bring up war crimes?
Oh my God.
This man is an
He's trying to
idiot.
pull- Yeah, trying to put out he's the hero and everyone else, and then he's trying to save the victim.
Okay, so today in particular, so it looks like you've got a concealed weapons permit, is that right? Do you have a concealed carry permit?
I mean, I did. I'm not sure if it's expired. Probably expired, maybe.
Okay. I was just trying to figure out why today in particular did you decide to open carry?
Oh, because the guy with the machete down there that I seen, who hopped out, the guy and some like little Native American guy with like a little red hat, and the guy with the red hat's like, I don't bang. He threw his hat away, but this guy's like standing out there with a machete, and that was when I
We
when
never
I was,
see
like,
it.
just starting around the 7-Eleven. So that's why I went back to my vehicle, because I didn't have a gun on me at the time, and that's why, because I'm like, well, this guy's hopping out of his vehicle with a machete trying to chase people. It's obviously not safe, you know. But I didn't think that anything like this would happen. I thought that it was just like between the, you know, the gangs or the drugs or something. I thought I'd be safe as being a member of the press, but I wasn't going down there looking for trouble.
What kind of
So,
delusion do you have?
why open carry versus
to think
concealed
that
carry,
your
though?
press badge
Because-
is somehow going to protect you from
Yeah.
any damn thing?
No, it just says you're a president. I have a camera. I'm recording your crimes.
Yeah, I mean,
That's pretty
let's
much what
be
it says
serious.
right there. They're going to shoot you anyway. And again, that's where his defense falls apart. You could have gotten back into your car and left.
His defense fell apart the moment his butt sat down. He
Yeah.
has given horrible answer after horrible answer
Yeah.
after horrible, and that brings up all kinds of stuff that has no business in the damn conversation. He don't want to
No.
go home.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to tell him, why didn't you just leave? Because he wanted to make that money. That's
right.
all it was. So, yeah.
This thing is open carry.
Right. I'm just wondering if there's any particular reason you like to open carry versus conceal carry.
To make
Well, they
other
say
people
when you
think I'm
open
something
carry,
I'm
that
not.
usually deters people away from, and they won't, you know.
That's what
But
everybody
that's just
does.
some people
No,
tell you that, some people
not
won't.
Look at
necessarily.
me
Other
as,
people
in a
say
way that
carry
I am
concealed
not.
because
I'm
like that lady
special.
in Walmart who
Yeah,
went up and shot the guy in the back of the head because he
I'm
didn't know
different.
that. So there's an active shooter in Walmart years ago, and this Good Samaritan went to shoot the active shooter, and when he pulled his gun out, the lady came out of nowhere. The shooter actually had somebody with him, and she shot the guy who was trying to stop the shooting. But they
I heard about it. I don't
that
remember.
was years ago.
Yes.
But some people say to carry concealed that way if there is a shooting, and then people don't know, hey, shoot the person who's carrying a gun.
I think part of what she's trying to get to is We're just trying to figure out where your mind's
Oh,
at.
I was trying to avoid trouble, and
Okay.
I just I seen the guy with the machete. I'm like, well, obviously I got to carry something, but then I didn't want to, you know. I mean, I just picked open carry because open carry, you know.
Did you have a concealed carry?
I mean, that's mainly I can't carry concealed, so open carry is, you know.
How come you can't?
Well, because I don't have the concealed right now.
Oh, you're like.
That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure it's expired.
It's expired. Okay.
But open carry,
yeah.
I talked to somebody before. I called the police department and asked
No,
them.
I agree with you. I was just curious. Why you
And
did.
it was kept in the trunk as well, so.
Your gun today was.
Yeah.
I got you.
And then after I went down there and seen the guy with the machete and whatnot in the
I tell you what,
SUV,
most of these damn gun
and
rules are
that's when I
stupid.
went back and got that, and I just continue recording.
Just tell
at
the
that
nation
point.
they can have a gun, period. You know, carry it however you want to.
Yeah,
All 50
like,
states. There should be no state that says, oh, you can't have a gun, or you can't conceal carry a gun, or you. Listen, I'm against open carry, but I think anybody should be able to do it if they
Was
want to.
there, so at any point,
Yeah.
it sounds like
Yeah.
obviously things turned quickly. At any point, did you think about calling police to
Oh,
try
I only
to?
had the one phone that was live streaming.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these people, I was constantly on the move, like backing away from them, because I mean, they're constantly coming at me, throwing rocks and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have the opportunity. I mean, I can't stop the live stream. That's proof of what's going on. And no, the whole time I was backing up until I seen sirens, and then I went towards the sirens,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then dropped everything and whatnot. But no, once I heard the police and everything, I actually started moving towards them because I wasn't running away from the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to, you know, give my side of the story and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I didn't really remember what you just asked.
So, at any point, did you think to stop recording, just call
Oh,
911
yeah.
and get some help?
Well, I mean, it stopped the live streaming, and then to like call. I mean, I got these people on me, like they're throwing rocks, like
Mhm.
pelting me in the face with the rocks. Like I really didn't honestly have an opportunity to call 911
Okay.
because I mean these people were on me like a pack of hyenas.
What about asking anyone else to call for you?
I
Anything
mean,
like that?
most of the people I seen down there were. I mean, they're with that crowd. I don't think they're gonna. I mean, I guess I could have said, "Hey, would you call 911?" But
It didn't strike you as real like law enforcement friendly.
oh heck no, no, none of the people down there did. That's why I was
Mhm.
trying to get away from the.
Okay.
okay, it's a case of stop streaming, call police, or run. He had options. I don't understand what the problem is. All right, get our next one going here. All right, let's get ourselves set up. Get that overlay. There we go.
Okay. So when we took our break, we were able to go and take a look at some of the YouTube stuff. So on your page, at some point, there's this compilation of people with pepper spray in the media.
I took
Mhm.
all those from other people. That was none of me.
Yeah.
Mr. Accountability, he actually put together a compilation of pepper spray, and then I just took that video and then just
Who the hell is
put like a
Mr.
little bit. It's called
Accountability?
fair use. If you just say something in there, or if you add something to it, it's not stealing their content.
Mhm.
And so that's what I did was I just took Mr. Accountability's because he already had the playlist
Yeah.
together and everything.
Okay. And again, just getting inside your brain. Is there?
Oh, I
Did you
just
have
put that-
any pepper spray with you? Is there a reason that you choose to carry a gun versus any other kind of machete, knife, pepper spray,
Well, I mean,
anything
machete,
like that?
that's not, you can't say that's assault. I mean, I would think that,
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. Is like, how did you wind up? That's a big deal to go put a gun on.
right.
Big
So we're just trying to figure out
responsibility.
where you're,
Well,
why
I seen a
that?
guy walking around with a machete, and that's when I
And so why not pepper spray? Did you have pepper spray?
had pepper spray.
Just, was
It's
it with you?
Right here in my pocket.
Is it still with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
They just,
Did they already get it off you?
No.
Oh.
I just assumed that, I mean, they knew it was in there.
So in some states, if you're a convicted felon, you can only have so many sizes of pepper spray. You have the big ones, you have the small ones, but the big ones. So if that happens, they can arrest you for that. You're a convicted felon. So the size for pepper spray does matter.
I got you.
Do you have anything else on you they haven't gotten out?
Gotta have
I
a
have my wallet and everything.
Let's do this. Let's do a quick frisk.
No, I didn't sneak nothing in. That was all, they patted down and everything.
No worries.
I would have found that.
Oh, no, I said I wasn't sneaking nothing in.
No. That's not.
We're
That's
not
not the
worried.
accusation. I'm a little guy, so we gotta be careful.
Okay.
Any other weapons on you?
No.
Knives?
No.
Nothing like that. Or in a belly?
You know that frauders have an ego and they're chauvinistic. So having a woman detective pat you down,
Regulation, right?
it's
And
kind of losing his ego.
actually, one guy did get sprayed with pepper spray, but they kept on coming.
From you.
Oh, yeah. The guy was, he was like right there, and I mean, you can see it in the live stream, the pepper spray part.
So I just watched it.
Because that was on Division, and then I was trying to get back to my car on the other road.
Gotcha, you're good. Thank you.
Yeah.
So did you actually spray somebody?
One person, yeah.
Did it work?
I mean, they kind of backed up, but everybody else is still coming at me.
Gotcha.
And I'm sorry, I missed it. At what point was that? Was that before
Yeah,
the
where was
shooting?
that
After
in the
that?
That was before the shooting.
Okay. Do you remember roughly who it was that might have gotten sprayed, so we can try to track him down?
No, they all kind of, he said he was friends with the guy. Or something.
With which guy?
He said, "Why are you messing with my friends? Why are you messing with my friends?" And I was just like, "Dude, I'm trying to get out of here." I was like, "Leave me alone." And they just, like a bunch of zombies just came at me. But when I sprayed the guy, he did kind of stop, but everybody else, and then that's when they started, I mean, rocks started coming even more at that point.
Gotcha.
Okay, so at some point in all of that before the shooting, so
I got one person with pepper spray, but...
Okay.
Stop bragging about it.
And that didn't
This
even...
man
and
is
I'm not
a
trying to
walking
hide stuff from
shovel.
me. That just actually
Yeah.
came to me that I pepper sprayed the guy once he started talking about it.
100%.
And that's in the live stream. I mean, you can see him.
Can I be honest?
What?
I can usually tell when people are lying. And I know that you're not. That was a genuine, just kind of overstep. But when we were talking about the targets and you were dancing around it, that was not being honest. That makes sense?
I just wasn't sure.
I know. But now we're
I
on the
was
same
dancing
page.
around the question. Oh, heck yeah.
Now we're on the same page. The path of righteousness.
Path of righteousness. For some, the path of righteousness hath been closed.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else not on the video topic?
Not on the... What?
The battle of
Sometimes
good
I have to
in
ask
this
the
world,
right
and
questions.
people have chosen
I
the team
literally have
they're
to preface
on.
it with, I'm not trying to be a
Yeah.
dick, but I
Just
gotta...
stick with
You
it.
know what I mean? But it's just better to ask the question so that I can hear from you.
Right.
Like, one of the things that kept standing out when you guys were talking about this, dude, the 21-foot rule assumes a knife. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know what the guy had in his pocket or anything.
But that's the part that concerns me, is that you
Yeah.
didn't know. Does that make sense, what I'm saying?
No, not really.
So, we can't shoot people if we don't know. Right? So, like, the 21-foot rule, I completely agree with. Some dude charges me with a knife, I'm gonna light him up, right? He's gonna get the mag dump.
Yeah.
But this guy, like you told me, you didn't know if this guy even had anything.
Well, they said that they were going to take my gun, and that's what, I mean, they're throwing rocks and they're, like, charging at me.
I'm talking about the guy you shot.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, he was, like, the closest one to me, trying to grab a hold of me and grab my gun.
Gotcha. Okay.
And at that point, if they would have took my gun, I mean, I would have been on the ground
Agreed.
dead.
But the 21-foot rule doesn't really apply because he wasn't armed, right?
Okay.
That's my so I'm just trying to see if there's something I'm missing. Like, you're like, oh no, he did have a.
Oh, no, I was saying the 21 foot about, like, if somebody's close enough. I wasn't saying nothing about stabbing or nothing. I
Gotcha.
wasn't trying to be.
So it doesn't really apply to this one, right?
I don't know.
Well, I don't think so because the 21-foot rule assumes a knife.
Gotcha.
And this guy didn't have anything. And so I'm asking if there was anything else maybe that if you saw something, a ninja star, or I don't know.
I mean, he was one of the people throwing rocks.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully we can.
Now he's.
There's that. I'm trying to figure that out. I think most of them were kind of related. Because we watched the video and there was some concerns.
Yeah. So, okay. So earlier when we had talked, you said you weren't arguing, you weren't doing anything as far as like initiating, creating
Well, I said
conflict.
the guy that was at the 7-Eleven to begin with when I was walking around, who told me to stop recording the guy with the machete.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, no, I wasn't like using fighting words. I wasn't provoking nobody.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Brother,
So,
you want to think about that? We just watched the video.
Okay.
Okay. I've got some.
No,
Okay. A minute 45 into your video, you say, "Fuck you, bitch boy." At the 4-minute mark, it's gonna be a bad idea if they pull anything out on me, because I'm pro Second Amendment, bitches. I don't have a felony, so I can carry a gun, and I have a concealed firearm permit.
well, yeah, the guy that's when I went to get the machete, or when he went to have the machete.
Okay.
And no, I did say bitch boy, but I mean, the guy was saying stuff to me, but that guy didn't have nothing to do with the whole event.
Hold on. 8:36. A guy comes out of the 7-Eleven and flips you off because you're recording him. So you yell, "Bite me, bitch."
Yeah, those people had nothing to do with the incident.
At 11-minute mark, you've got a camera pretty close into someone's face that's just coming across the street. So he starts chirping at you.
Well, I was zooming in.
You yell at him to back away and to back up, and then as he's doing so, you say, "Yeah, walk away, bitch. Shut up, shut up."
Now it's starting to call him out on all his lies.
At the 12:15-minute mark, you're filming across the street, and it looks like there's a guy in a jersey that kind of starts running towards you. At that point, you start yelling at him to back the fuck up numerous times, but you stay there. You don't go back to your truck or anything. And at that point, you're yelling that you feel threatened, but you remain there. You even are yelling about this guy has a gun, but you stay there.
Yeah, I had
And
to
you
figure out
keep
which way I was
telling
going. But everything that I said, none of it violates Chaplinsky versus New Hampshire, which is fighting words.
True. But do you think that was
So-
smart?
I wouldn't do it again if. And
I agree with that.
Here in that context, it sounds really immature and stupid, but I wasn't trying to provoke anybody into.
So in City of Spokane, each of those times that you're doing those things, granted it's a misdemeanor, but very much disorderly conduct, and you can get arrested for it because you're provoking a fight. Those are words or conduct that would
Likely cause a
likely
Fighting
cause a
words.
confrontation. So
Okay, I didn't realize that. I was going off of Chaplinsky versus New Hampshire.
Well, let's take the legalese out of it, and let's just use common sense. Do we think that going down to an area where a bunch of people are on drugs and screaming at them, and then as they're walking away say, "Yeah, that's right, bitch"? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I
It just
remember
doesn't
that.
look good.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's not a
And that's
good
why
look.
I asked the question earlier, because we were going to go watch this, right? Is there anything that you're like, looking back, you're like, that probably wasn't the best?
And when he
Yeah,
said
it
that, I
wasn't,
thought that too.
good acting that way, but I wasn't. My intentions weren't to
So yeah.
provoke anybody.
they've seen the video.
Stuff was being said to me, and the First Amendment, you can say stuff back, but I wasn't trying to provoke anybody.
you can
Fighting words are still fighting words.
with some parameters. When you're saying certain things that's going to provoke a fight or a confrontation, that can be a crime.
Right. I only responded to what people were saying. I didn't actually.
Yeah, but does that?
But
that's-
your
No,
but your
that's not
actions
mature,
can
that's not mature
also
talk.
right. Your actions can also kind of provoke that kind of a response out of somebody. Does that make sense? It's pretty. Do you think it's unreasonable that people are getting
It makes
irritated
you
having a
common
camera in
sense.
their face?
Well, it wasn't in their
Yeah.
face. You can see the city cameras down there at the stoplights. They'll
You
prove that
literally walked up to
I
him
was
screaming
zooming
at
in.
them.
I
You were
wasn't
in their face.
But as a member of press, yes, I do have the right to go around in public areas.
You're
and
not
record.
press.
You do, but here's the deal.
Right.
NBC's not down there saying, yo, what's up, bitch? Walk away from me, bitch. I have not seen CBS down there doing that. So we can say a member of the press, and I agree, because I want you down there, right? I think your intentions are good. This is just, we have to be able to explain this.
Man
Right.
is useless. About as
Yeah,
useless.
Yeah, right. That
as
doesn't. That sounds pretty stupid. What you just read.
Well, and that's our concern.
Yeah.
Honestly, our supervisor's
Yeah.
kind of a dick. And he's going to ask the question, why was this guy doing that? And if I'm like, well, I don't even know, he's going to like, well, then you suck as a detective. So we have to ask that question, like, why? Because you could have walked around quietly and filmed. Instead, you're chipping at people too, right? And can I throw out an idea? And if I'm wrong, just tell me, because I don't know you. But controversy sells, right? It gets views. Does that help the channel a little bit? Like, if it's more exciting? Does that make sense? Does that help get you... What makes you money on YouTube? Is it the views or the subscribe or both? I
The
don't know.
views.
The views. Does subscribers help or does it matter?
That depends on how much you get paid. You
That-
get paid per view, but there's it gets paid more the more subscribers you have.
Gotcha. So you get paid by the view, but if you have more subscribers, the
Pay
pay
rate.
per view goes up,
Yeah, I think so.
roughly.
Yeah.
So is that
People
part
even
of the
doing YouTube don't know how
I don't
YouTube
know,
works.
drama? Does it,
So when I went to Taiwan, I behaved myself completely.
Sure.
Mama manners, said thank you. I recorded them right.
I bet
No
it was
problems at
beautiful
all.
there.
Oh, it is. It
I'm
was.
sure.
I actually plan on going back the next year or two. But went down there, did this, no problems at all. Walked down the alleys, nodded, they nodded back, didn't say a word, or I said hello. No problems at all. Everybody was very friendly down there because I was respectful to them.
Mm-hmm.
What he was doing, he was out there to antagonize to make more money on YouTube.
Provoke.
Yeah, that's all I was trying to do.
Mhm.
So if I can go to a foreign country and meet nice people, just be nice, not have any problems, he can go to another city, walk around the area, mind your manners, and not have any problems at all.
No.
But he chose to escalate.
You went to Thailand this year?
No,
Or
Taiwan.
Taiwan this year?
No, last year.
Hmm.
Last year, I have me on the cable cars and doing a few things up there.
How long did it take you to fly there?
About 12, 13 hours. So yeah, you're sleeping.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would definitely say it is worth it if you want to explore. But it's a lot of walking though.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my little tourism plug for you guys right there. But if you can, go visit. It's a friendly country. It's easy to get to. People are super nice. But again, I walked around there, behaved myself, had no problems at all.
does it help the channel, I guess? You're saying you're trying to grow the channel. Does it? I'm
No,
trying to figure out why you were doing it.
No, I wasn't trying. I was just trying to get a news story, but I didn't. If I knew it was going to turn out the way it was, I wouldn't even went down there.
No, and I agree with that. But
And I was-
before this, why were you chipping? Why were you part of the problem? Is what I'm saying. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I didn't realize I was. I was just responding,
Jeez.
with what people were saying. I should have been more mature. And
I agree. So, do you have any idea why?
I was just responding to what they were saying.
'Cause you were running your suck a little bit reckless. You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't. I thought I was in the confines of Chaplinsky versus New Hampshire.
You can use whatever names you want.
Oh no, that's the freedom of speech one.
And I agree, but does it make sense to stand on the corner of 3rd and Division and yell at a bunch of drug abusers, and then when they start backing away, say, "That's right, bitch"? You know what I'm saying? No?
Well, no,
Although I
that's,
do support burning
yelling at
down
drug
your local
abusers,
crack
that's
dealer's house.
That's stupid.
I will say that.
Yeah. Can't argue with that one.
That was the part that concerned us when we went and watched it. We're like, so, and that's why I asked about the subscribers.
Yeah,
and drama.
that was. I wasn't trying to cause drama, but that was immature. My response.
I was just trying to figure out why you were doing it. That was my question. Because you seem like a nice, polite, rational guy.
I am.
Well, you have to be right now.
That's the problem. Is I'm talking to you, but then I go watch this, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why was he doing this?
I guess I don't know. I shouldn't be yelling at people or saying rude stuff.
Do you have any idea why you did?
No, I was just filming the news.
Looking back, is there anything you regret?
Yeah, I was saying
Those things.
just going out and
I
filming,
regret
period.
the things that you pointed out
I
to.
regret even.
Yeah, I regret getting
becoming a
arrested.
news reporter.
Beyond that, I don't care.
Yeah. Besides that, man, I'm
Low
pretty
key.
content with being who I am.
Yeah.
I should have just not.
Nearly
done
killing a man?
any filming
It's
at
for
all.
YouTube. We're all
That's
good.
the way
Just walked
stuff
around
is.
quietly and filmed without open carry.
Yeah, that's a good idea too.
And again,
Yeah.
I want to vote Trump in 2024, but we know that causes
That has nothing to do with this.
Right.
Well, what the hell did that come
causes
from?
consternation.
What's that for?
Right.
So
Okay.
that's what we're trying to put together. We have this nice, polite person who's from the military, did well in the military. Do you have any criminal record?
I got inattentive driving, and then
That's not a big deal. And so we're trying to we have a service person who is polite and respectful, who's honest, but who's doing these things, and we're just trying to figure out why.
I disagree.
Does that make
a
sense?
lapse of
Yeah,
judgment.
he's
I guess.
trying to play a game.
I'm not trying to
They see
gangster
right
on the
through us.
question. I don't really
No.
have,
I believe you. Okay.
I don't have a whole lot right now. Extra. I think all my questions were answered for the most part.
So going back, you create one round off into the ground to try and,
Deter the people, make them go away.
and then one round center of mass on this dude, the one that was the closest to you, who you felt was a threat.
Right.
But you didn't actually see a weapon on him.
Well, no, he was lunging at me like to grab my gun,
Okay.
and there was multiple people right there, and I had rocks coming at me, and I felt at the time that they were going to take my gun away and kill me.
Have you heard of officer-induced jeopardy?
No.
So basically, it's when a police officer is part of the problem. They create part of the bad thing that happens. So the example is, bad guy wants to leave in a car. Cop steps in front of the car, and then the car starts to drive forward, and he lights him up. They come up with this term, officer-induced jeopardy. Basically, that guy, I mean, yes, suspect was starting to drive over him, but cop stepped in front of the car, and they're saying, it used to be a thing, now they're like, don't do something that contributes to a use of force. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And that's kind of where I'm worried about this one,
Right.
to be blunt. Because I have a nice, normal dude who I actually share beliefs with, which doesn't happen very often in these rooms, right? Usually, my thing is I talk to pedophiles. That's what I do. All day long. I spend 3 hours in here talking about diddling kids. So coming in and talking to a normal person is actually a relief. And I mean, ironically, that I share values with, because I believe in the first, I believe in the second. In fact, I will probably move to Idaho just because of that, because Washington, no bueno, right? I'm a police officer, and I can't buy a normal capacity magazine because I'm the problem. So that's why we're taking the time to have this conversation. I mean, it's midnight on Friday. There's a lot of other places we'd rather be.
Right.
We could just bounce. But the problem is, if we do that, then we don't get all of it. We don't get your side of it. We don't know what was going on in your head. We don't know why you pulled the trigger on a dude. Does that make sense?
Right. Is he okay?
No, he's not okay. You shot him in the chest.
Jesus
not okay.
Christ. You
I'm
shot
just
this guy.
waiting
He's
until
not
now
okay.
to ask that question.
So let's be very clear. This
Oh my
is
God.
serious.
Right.
And we're here because we want your side. So if there's things to say, now is the frickin' time, right? Because when we leave, there's no more.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So is there anything else we need to know about this?
I don't know what to say.
Can we agree that you were part of the problem?
I shouldn't have been talking to people.
No, I don't know. I disagree with that. I think you could have talked to people. I think if you went up to her and she's homeless, you're like, hey, sister, what's going on? I'm with the press. Can you tell me how you wound up down here? Can I hear your story? Right? Can you tell me about addiction? I don't know anything about addiction. Can you tell me about it? Because I want to get the word out. Right?
Right.
That's different than, hey, so what's going on? Are you doing drugs here? Are you what are you doing right here? Like this. Does that make sense?
Right.
It's a different vibe. People want to talk. People want to tell you their story. They do. People want to be heard. They want to be known. People will tell you shit they shouldn't tell you. But that's not what happened. That's why my concern is that you were part of the problem. That you contributed to this. Maybe unintentionally, but going to third and division with open carry and then putting a camera, and there was at least a couple people you put a camera in their face, right? There was the dude walking across the street. That was in the first few minutes that I watched. And then he literally walks away from him and you start talking shit to him. That's my concern, is I've got a good normal guy who I share values with who's a little fuckered up right now. So now is not the time to play word games or spout off court precedents, right?
Right.
Because we center punched a dude. So that's where we are. And quite frankly, we could go write our report and not do diddly about interviewing you.
Have you ever noticed how the
to.
microphone
You
symbol
filmed the
looks
whole
like an
thing.
iron sight?
We want to know
Yeah,
why.
it does.
Because again, we think you're a good dude, and there is a good reason. Is there any chance? Again, I'm just trying to figure this out. Is there any chance that you just overreacted a little bit, or you panicked a little bit, or?
No, I mean everything happened so fast. I don't know if I seen a knife or what I seen, but
I saw her backtrack again.
I wouldn't just. I've never in the military or even outside the military. I've never shot anybody that was, unjustified.
Oh, this man does not know how to speak.
No. All right, guys. Unfortunately, the family is calling. I'm going to cut this one short. I'll give you the last chapter next Saturday. But yeah, but family's calling. I got to go. Philippi, thank you for stopping by, sir.
Yes, sir. Anytime I
Appreciate
can
your
be of service.
insight. I'll tell you guys.